Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
I'm
holy shit! It actually worked.
I'm so
it actually
happy
worked this week
because I love that bass line. It used to be like the best part of the show. It get me all hyped up. You'd probably even see me like jamming out over there. The Whitfield Report bass line, baby, makes its triumphant return.
Indeed. And we've got a full panel this week because apparently I did a bad job of explaining the SweetBabyInc thing. So, but I'm crippled. So sometimes, I need help. I need help with things.
Hey, hold on. Not mentally, though.
Oh, didn't you know he has to go upstairs to think?
Kind of weasel out because the audience called him out on his insufficientness. All I know, I know is there was a Steam group that was saying, "Yo, these people are some preachy woke motherfuckers, and they worked on these games." And I'm like, "Cool, bro," because I don't want their preachy woke motherfucking games. So like that's the extent of what I know about it. And the next thing I know, everybody's screaming Gamergate 2, which is like a terrifying thing to utter.
And
be honest with you.
And all I said was I don't understand what the point of it is because it doesn't seem like. See, here's the premise: is Gamergate didn't actually fix anything with gaming, and I said that last week. And
fair
enough.
I beg to differ.
And people were like, "Well, you just don't understand," and so that's what I'm getting ridiculed for. So we have Morpheus, we have Craig, and we have Shmuley here, besides Max and I.
And my expertise is not in Gamergate, but in just like I play video games, and I heard of that thing, and when it was going on, I didn't really pay much attention. I was like, "Yo, gamers is rising up. That's kind of cool," and then like moved on with life because we would talk about politics and
Well, my general feel for Gamergate was basically that there wasn't high journalistic standards in the gaming industry.
Still isn't.
Well, which just strikes me of why did you expect there to be high standards of conduct in the journalism industry anywhere, ever, at any time?
And also, as I understand it, there was also some low quality blowjobs going on.
I was gonna say, and on that topic, if of all places,
is it presumptuous to assume they were low quality? Was that
they were the highest quality? They were the
best?
If
of all places, Playboy magazine can publish a competent article, why the hell can't these people?
Zoe Quinn, she was very good.
Yeah, Five Guys, burgers, fries, done deal, baby. That's what I know about Gamergate. I know that she's a hoe. And then she played victim for years and built a career off it. And that's the same people to some degree. That little clique of people is the same people calling themselves Sweet Baby. And I know this, that they call it Sweet Baby because they're making fun of gamers, right? And saying you're babies because you don't like gamers ain't giving a fuck about diversity. Look, if every motherfucker male on earth that grew up of a certain age identifies with Goku, right?
Right.
Especially black and Hispanic guys, right?
What country was most upset? What country had the most people that were upset when he died?
Probably a South American one.
Mexico.
Yeah, that's
Close
what
enough.
I figured. Yeah.
And for the record, the guy that Zoe Quinn accused died. Suicide.
No, Aaron Johnny. But you're. I'm sorry. Aaron Johnny is the guy that she fucked. Alec Haloka is the guy that she accused, and she used his sister to convince him that his family had disowned him, and then he killed himself. And so his sister went on a pity party, basically making it about her because she's a psychotic bitch who agreed with Zoe Quinn, and she did that basically to give Zoe Quinn some slack to get her out of the heat. But that was her idea to make that happen.
Can we get Can we get to my favorite subject, which is why Sam was wrong?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, Sam, you said Gamergate did nothing to improve the gaming industry, and this would do nothing as well. And that's what you're saying, that you're eating crow on, saying I'm wrong, and people have explained to me, or are you saying I'm right, and it's like Craig's job to prove me wrong?
Wait, are we doing a struggle session? Because I didn't bring any bullwhips.
I'm saying I'm right, because as far as I can tell, like the AAA gaming space is still woke, and all Gamergate did from the outside perspective, from an outsider's perspective, was spawn blood sports in the sector, and you know,
this is Sam's hottest take. I'm usually the one with the hot take, Sam.
That shit was happening before that, and it would have happened in parallel.
Yeah, but okay, so like from my perspective, I was like a normie, like college Republican guy.
So I'll caution you now not to reference somebody who's got a grand total of like 10 people that know who he is after leaving the most recent video on him.
Dino Nuggy in chat says Shmuley sounds like a newborn orange tabby kitten.
You mean he's not?
Sorry about the interruption, gentlemen.
Hey.
I just felt like that was breaking news, you know?
No, I just want to know, like, you know, if like Gamergate was supposed to be, you know, the
what happened?
You know, the return of like
with what came out of it? Is that really the question?
Yeah.
Let's see. Gawker Media. What happened to Gawker Media?
They got. Oh, okay. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh. Sam, pick me. I know the answer. Oh my God! They got body slammed to the net by the Hulkster brother, and he just was laying out big
claiming that scalp, man.
Drops all over the place, and they went 1-on-1 with the immortal Hulk Hogan, and they lost that lawsuit to the tune of a couple $2 billion, brother.
So I'm claiming that fucking scalp. Fuck Kotaku. And you'll say, well, it's still around, sure. And let's go ahead and look at all the other people who haven't ended their lives, who work at other places, who used to work there. I mean, it's these kind of things, or, you know, go to other rags on the internet, like Rock, Paper, Shotgun. But let's also look at more recent history. What just happened to Rooster Teeth?
Gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
Oops. What did they do to make that happen? They adopted the same losing strategy that was the spawn of Gamergate in the first place.
They
brought in a bunch of assholes who have no business being there.
Propaganda at people that didn't really want to hear it because they're just there to play a video game at, you know, the worst demographic, the same demographic. They've been doing it ever since. And I think that's kind of Sam's point to some degree, is that it hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
Expecting to just die? I mean, is that what they're going to do?
Yeah.
They're supposed to become the meme. I guess they'll just die.
No, but they're still dominant. But yes, actually,
they're not going to go.
I believe you're right. They are going to just
die. They're not going to go start entering into construction and start, you know, laying out lumber.
Yeah. No,
they're going to try and flex the skill set they have on the resume, which is limited as it is. You know, as much jargon and bullshit as they layer on top of it, they have a particular set of skills and they're willing to use it.
Oh God!
So they're going to try and find a way to get cash out of the industry they know, which is still gaming. And what happens when they come back? You got to stop on them.
There's tons of vested interest in spreading that propaganda. One that I'll always point out, always and forever, is China. Actually.
Well, look at what happened with the United States as far as ESG and DEI go. This is the reason why they got back into gaming. If they followed the money wave in and they had the skill set and they had the opportunity, so they took it, which I can't really fault them for, but I can fault them for thinking that they were going to be able to pull the rug over everyone for this long. I mean, we're going to see these people. We're going to see the results of their work, which is to fuck up every game they work on. Do you think that we're stupid? We're not going to recognize the pattern? We're going to start looking for them. The fact that we found them is basically, it should be testament to how similar their work is to before. Again, they didn't just like leave and die off. They still have to be employed somehow, and they are going to try and stick around with their general set of skills. So they're going to be back in this area doing DEI consulting, and that fulfills the S out of ESG, and that's how a lot of studios got some easy money recently, last few years. So in order to fulfill that S requirement, there's a whole bunch of consulting companies that show up, and these companies don't look into who they're contracting with as far as getting the S requirements fulfilled. So they see a company like SBI, and they say, okay, they've got a resume. They had the one game that did well. We'll go ahead and we'll work with them.
Or even
and
just
then they flex that game did well. And that's how they get more into the gaming.
They're corporate people, so it might not even be a game that does well. It might just be like an important franchise. Now
they had
tied to that franchise, right?
What was it?
They had Alan Wake 2. I know that.
Well, that was 2023, but there was a game that did okay earlier, like in 2020 or 2021. Whatever it was, it's probably Assassin's Creed might have been it.
Yep.
Or Dota Underlords, whichever of those. They had a game they were able to attach a name to, and then they were able to say, look, this game succeeded with whatever minimal involvement they had in order to satisfy the S part to get the loan to the actual game dev company. Which,
by the way, was one of the most expensive games. I don't know the number offhand, but I know, like, at the time, it was one of the most expensive games ever created, which was Valhalla. And their influence, as far as, like, I love that game, but I played the male protagonist, which is not canon, and I think that is literally the extent of their involvement in that game was saying that the female protagonist has to be canon, the main one, right?
Sure. And again, they've been leveraging that success to get further into the dev.
100+ hour campaign of story, and I'm pretty sure that's all they actually contributed to it, because none of it really screams that like diversity shit. It's actually kind of as historically accurate as you'd
somebody
expect.
Was creative.
Yeah, AC game to be, right? They're not historically accurate, but they have kind of a vibe to them. It's not any different. Right. The only thing I can see is like they really push that. No, she's the real one. And I was like, I don't care, because the male one is like basically me, bro. And yeah, it was fun to rampage around as a big Viking that kind of looked just like me. Go figure. That's another thing. They get mad like, oh, it's not enough diversity because people are making this default character that's a big bearded guy with long hair and a beard, and he's fucking tall and he's white.
Like God of War?
Like, bro. Yeah, because it's literally me. That's what I want to make in a game that's a computer game, right? In a Dungeons and Dragons game, I'm going to make a character because there's other people involved. But if I want to play the computer, usually, especially a good adventure, the best way to face it, if they're going to make me make a character, is as myself. So that's why there's not a lot of diversity with the guys making creative characters, is because they're just making themselves. They don't really seem to like that very much. But I'm not a black guy. Why am I going to make a black guy? I'm not a fucking
and I'm totally going to throw my wheelchair through the portal.
Funny thing is you're kind of making the point that they have about representation in gaming, which is really funny to me.
No,
but then again, you're talking about a difference between escapism and self-insert as two different styles of gameplay.
No,
which is something they can't comprehend, because inside their head there's only one style, which is what they say goes. They need to keep them on the screen, because I guess they can't
I was
picture
talking
that.
to there's a guy that designs and reviews tabletop games, Grim, right? Grim Jim. And we were talking about the wheelchair stuff that Sam and Morpheus will have some comments on, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, wheelchair gate, as I'm now calling it.
And they were trying to say,
I got a meme for this one.
You have to have it forced on the DM and the rest of the table, no matter whether you like it or not. And I said, isn't it funny that consent only works one way for these people, right?
Yeah, here's your meme for you. Accepting the existence of magic in a fantasy setting.
But God forbid you opt out of the woke bullshit. That's not allowed, right?
Yeah.
So what I say here for this one, this is just great with the wheelchair access D&D.
Also, real quick, I want to shout out to chat because they've been straight up mercilessly mocking Shmuley for about 10 minutes.
Mocking me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the hell?
It's because you're orange, not because
I mean, you
you're
want to go through?
Sure.
First is Mega News Network. It says Smugly sucks.
Typical.
Mega News Network says at Dino Nuggy we call him Smugly. Dino Nuggy 117 says he sucks, but you must agree he exudes kitten energy.
Kitten energy. What the hell?
Yeah. Mega News Network said absolutely the little pencil neck geek. Dino Nuggy says LOL, what a nerd. Mega News Network says he mocked the gamer, and this is in caps, by the way. He mocked Gamergate, a subject he knows nothing about. He acts as if he knows everything and is God's gift to the world. And Dino Nuggy replied with as if. Mega News Network said type K in chat to vote to kick Smugly. Mega News Network then typed K. Dino Nuggy then typed K. Dino Nuggy then typed K to the 10 to the 10,000th power.
Oh, God.
Mega News Network then basically did like a little kick icon. Chibi said not me. Dino Nuggy said lame. Silly Kelly 420 said Smugly's fake face would make a good seat cushion. And Craig Bob says he might enjoy that. Are you coming on to him? So that's us caught up with chat, guys.
I just, you know,
Chat's hilarious.
the fact is that they're thinking about me, okay? And that's the thing that matters. But these are my fans.
Yes, market share.
They want to kick me. They're calling me a pencil neck geek. Okay.
I mean, well, hold on though. Isn't that true?
It's not true. And I have never like I don't know what they're getting at with this kitten energy. What are they even saying?
That's definitely true. Sam, does Shmuley have kitten energy?
I mean, I call him the young genius.
Can we do a poll? Can we do a poll of chat and just does Shmuley have kitten energy? Yes or no?
Press 1. Well, they don't have polls on Rumble yet, but press 1.
Press 1 if Shmuley has kitten energy. I'm interested to see the results.
Your result is complete.
Well, like what does kitten energy entail? Like I guess maybe
I don't know, but chat says you got it.
Should probably start defining it before the chat does.
Yeah.
I would just say innocent. Like
3 votes for kitten energy, 1 vote against.
Now this would be an interesting thing. Like when I sue you people, in chat,
4 votes for kitten energy, by the way.
Well, when I take you fuckers to court, how are you gonna I think I'll be able to prove that I don't have
what
kitten
jurisdiction?
energy.
Jamaica?
Hold on. How do I type in chat? Let me get on Rumble.
Look, I will contact the cyber
With a
police
keyboard.
if you people don't leave me alone. You know.
You know, I knew this guy ages ago.
But
Speaking of Smugly here, a little
That's
segue
5 votes
to a
for
guy
kitten
named-
energy. I finally decided what side of this issue I land on. Craig, you're the expert in the room. Does Shmuley have kitten energy?
Fuck if I know. Undefined.
Undefined. I kind of agree, but like it's divided.
Again, if you don't characterize it, if you don't start characterizing it on your own, if you don't take a hold of that beast and grab it by the horns, as it were, take it from behind after giving it a reach around, then the chat's going to do it for you.
look, chat. If you don't immediately stop your course of action, punitive damages. That's all I'm saying. Punitive freaking damages
for kitten energy.
Yeah.
Thing.
So you're gonna.
I don't understand it. I just want to go with it. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna sue
Sam, what say you, Shmuley? Kitten energy, you would be vote number 6 for or number 2 against?
I mean, yes, but it's very likable kitten energy.
I don't think
kittens are generally likable, right?
Kitten energy, do you think?
It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like,
yeah, you know how like it shits on the carpet and you just kind of have to rub its nose at it and say bad and put it in the litter box?
There you go.
Yep. Well, Mersh would know all about that. So,
but I mean, look, as far as the Gamergate stuff goes, I mean, I kind of feel like the people who are still like sort of obsessed with it are kind of cringe on both sides.
True.
Like,
big true.
If it's still
Thank
a
you.
big part of your worldview, if you're a Gamergate guy or gal, that's sad.
All I'm saying, my only point was, is the triple game industry improving? No, but that's what I was led to believe Gamergate 1 was going to be. It was going to fix gaming as a whole. And
I have some news for you here. Let's go back in history and look at every other revolution that has ever happened, and look at the number of them that have succeeded.
Well, the American Revolution.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna just skip the obvious ones that have succeeded, but then we're gonna look at how many of them before that didn't.
Oh,
Let's go ahead. Actually, no. We'll start with the American Revolution. Actually, first, let's go there. Let's look at the next revolution that happened that was modeled specifically on it, and then look at how that went. You know what I'm talking about?
That would be the French one, wouldn't it?
That would be the French Revolution, where they lost to themselves.
Well, in the end, they won because they got Napoleon, right?
No, that was not a win. He's very short.
I mean, ultimately, these revolutions usually result in sort of a right-wing counter-revolution, correct? In both the United States and France.
Or just a failed state, yeah. So the point here is that people, again, the expectation that these people were just going to go away never should have been accepted by anybody. That was that never should have even been remotely in the same. It should have been, this is the stuff we look for, and this is how we pound it when it shows back up.
My take is
this
always
is how we rip the rug off and expose it to daylight.
That Gamergate has been part of an overall zeitgeist that was very visible, and it was very important for a lot of like young, particularly men, because it was like the first. And in a lot of cases, it was the first time this kind of political shit had hit home, and it was their first experience on the battlefield of ideas, and so you got to kind of respect that to some degree, right?
Well, my favorite part of all of it was that it was blamed for that. It was
Trump
blamed
and
for
everything
the Trump
else.
election.
Right?
Yeah.
They spent a fucking year bitching about Gamergate and Trump after he got into office, and then of all things that came out with the recent events, and this was not just in games media. This was in normie media all over the place for a while. Sports. And then you have Matt Walsh come in, like he's the first person to ever recognize this shit's going on in gaming.
Oh yeah.
And then he got upset that people thought that was funny.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a whole nother thing. Like, Matt Walsh and the Daily Wire like pretending that. I mean, they literally did the hello fellow fellow young kid.
Hello there, fellow gamers. It didn't fly, and like that again. And this is more pervasive in media and journalism and so on as well. They seem to be perennially kind of like perennial goldfish. They don't remember that the rest of the world can just look at what they've said.
Yeah.
In the past.
Everything.
And that they did say that. And if there's a couple things you can do about that, you can either say, which is pretty much what I would do, yeah, I did say that, and whatever. Or you can like try to hammer home on it and double down, or you can flippantly say it doesn't matter, or you can just kind of lie about it, which is what a lot of journalists seem to do.
Yeah. No,
it's just what they do normally every day anyway, so it's not like it's out of character, I guess. So props to them for consistency.
I am glad, and I have said, I think this is what a lot of people miss. I am glad that Gamergate exposed the hypocrisy of the mainstream media to a lot of people. That it definitely did succeed in.
Well, Sam, you said nothing.
Let's be specific here also on how that exposure went too.
I love. See, Craig said, "Is it going to be a struggle session?"
Pros 6 months later.
Have you ever been on the Whitfield Report? We always make it a struggle session against Sam when it's like this. This is the most fun part because I just want to point out, Sam, that your position just a few minutes ago was nothing.
Well, nothing of importance.
Oh, was exposing mainstream media important?
Yeah, that's not important at all.
Great Mott and Bailey, Sam. Oh, let me recede back to a better argument.
Except it wasn't. It was the same one.
No, that's called a Johnny Fox double down dog.
There it is, the Johnny Fox reference.
Okay, fair enough.
It doesn't make you like wrong as a human. It just means that your opinion was shit.
Yeah. Just
I don't know.
absolute trash, Sam. How dare you?
He's pretty.
It just
wrong
means
as a
that
human.
maybe we should get your opinion a gurney because a wheelchair isn't sufficient.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I mean, it just means we got to beat you to death, verbally like this, and drive the point home just to be assholes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I'm just lampooning myself by being a dick.
No.
Though, like I
funny.
concede that this is all part of that cultural zeitgeist that we're still riding a wave of. The people in power are on all these levels of journalism as well as the actual levers of power in academia. They don't want to let go of it, and they ain't going away without a fight. That's for sure.
Again, my point here for the media exposure thing specifically was that we saw Game Journal Pros, which was just fucking funny when that got exposed. And it wasn't like 6 months earlier that Journal Pros happened. It was modeled specifically off of something that 6 months earlier got exposed and lampooned. And they thought that it was going to be just fine to continue doing the same exact dumb shit.
Yeah,
that's why all those articles came out at the same time, because it's not like they organized it hierarchically, and they organized it from it was they had like hive mind's a bad way to put it, like, but you get like order that rises out of chaos. Say you got like a flow of water, you got Brownian motion. The one doesn't directly influence the other, but you can have that kind of close enough. Like, if you ever played Boyd's, or you ever seen like there's a great example. They had the experiment like a basketball court. They had a whole bunch of people come in. They gave most of them like red hats, and they gave like the one guy a blue hat. And they said your rules are to stand as comfortably close to the person nearest you to the people nearest you as you can. That was basically it. And so they said to the blue guy, you can go wherever the hell you want. First they told him to sit out, and they all just kind of like had some random motion. Then the blue guy started walking around after a while, and of course they all kind of flock in and follow him around like this little cloud. So like once one of them gets some kind of crazy idea, they kind of naturally go down the road towards ideological convergence. And the funniest part is it kind of follows the kind of number one rule in trolling, which is agree and amplify, except that amplification is almost uniformly towards in line with our ideology.
That's the number one rule of not just trolling, but memetics. Like, if you understand the very concept of memetics, it's agree and amplify is how you perpetuate your memes, much the same way as like reproducing is perpetuating your genes, right? If you want your ideas, the best way to get them spread is agree and amplify. So they're using a very effective technique.
Yeah, and then they have a natural selection pressure towards that ideology. And so that's why they all come out in unison. Like, they're all throwing around the same headline, refining it together, and they all go, yeah, that's a good headline. Let's go with that. And so you get the same fucking article out of 10 different outlets, like within an hour of each other.
Yeah, they're
the same kind of shit's happening now. It's just that it's within days of each other instead.
Each individual in the sort of oligarchy, because that's what they are, they're sharing power, is going to flock together with the others. There's no central point of like a central control room or whatever, as a lot of people like kind of presume looking at it. It's
but
just
there is a hierarchy in that specific point.
Gamers.
Well, there's like a tempestuous hierarchy based, and it ends up in what I call a purity spiral or like an edgelord pissing contest.
Well, what I was going to say is it's just the hierarchy. It's the totem pole, if you will, the hierarchy of oppression.
Yeah.
Well, the edgelord pissing contest is essentially, like, from my point of view, that's what happened with like post Gamergate, right? Is
let's also look at like how that kind of evolved though. Like, how did that evolve, though? We basically found out that all of these people that basically caused Gamergate were degenerate fuck-ups. All of them.
And liars.
And horrible liars. Not a fucking word of truth coming out of them.
And you've been playing these video games based on these journals for fucking years, and they've been lying to you at the most fundamental of levels, you find out. I understand why.
And then we found out that the same exact shit's going on with mainstream media. which was, if that wasn't obvious to people before, now it is.
And that's my other point too, is like way before Gamergate, like I was always, and granted I was a nerd politically, so like I was aware of the bias of the media before GG happened.
Can I have a quick chat break for 1 second here?
Sure.
Silly Kelly says we have Ghost on the show here. Dino Nuggy 117 says, when you look at a newborn tabby cat barely even able to walk, what do you think of? Smugly. Dino Nuggy 117 says 3 plank length long and 2 milligrams. MAGA News Network says he is a kitten.
That's
and
extremely
MAGA News
dense.
Network sends a kitten emoji.
Whatever it is, that's extremely dense.
Sam, you're just gonna let him do this in chat, dude? You're just gonna let him slander and lie? Look, I believe in freedom of speech, but like there's a line.
But
What?
There's a line.
But
Look, Smugly is a good guy, and I consider him to be like a younger brother.
He will go to court to defend his status as not a kitten.
what an older brother does to a younger brother acting like a dumbass.
And I'm just saying,
Punches him really hard and tells him to stop being a dumbass.
I'm ordering you now, chat. Do not call me a kitten.
Yeah, chat. No more kitten talk.
Sure, call him a juvenile cat.
Good times.
Shmuley does not. Okay, Shmuley does not have kitten energy. Right to Offend Media has never suggested that Shmuley has kitten. I mean, I voted personally in the poll that he does.
This is pretty damn offensive, actually.
Yeah.
I never suggested that he had kitten energy.
That was chat.
You said yes. You were the 6th vote.
No,
Sam.
I
am caught again. This is what we mean by ethics in journalism, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this.
No,
See, I have to ask.
I agreed, but I was not the one who initially suggested it.
Oh yeah, I was just following orders, right?
Smuley, I do have to ask, how have you been so Al Gore stiff that you haven't taken this and ran with Kenergy? Holy fuck!
Oh, what? He did the whole thing about Kenergy as soon as that goddamn movie came out. He's not. But the thing is, this is Shmuley's big return, and Chet's just happy about his kitten energy. I guess I don't know.
Well, it's just every time I come on the show, any show,
you're feeling
the same people come up. These same people come up. They talk a big game. They talk a big game.
You mean MAGA News Network specifically?
Yes. Why are you being Johnny 2 times?
But when I show up, the engagement goes up. So you can't argue with that, Sam. When I show up,
we got a pretty dope crowd tonight. We're supposed to be talking about the sweet babies and 5 guys and blowjobs or whatever, right?
They hate me, Sam.
That is true.
They love to hate me, Sam. They love to hate me.
No, I'm not denying that. You have
not all at the same time, you fucking perverts. Jesus. Zoe Quinn is a human being. She may suck a lot of dick, but
she has enough for 5 guys apparently.
Allegedly. Legal got in my ear there, Sam. Allegedly.
I do like how apparently she had a fake
No, in real life.
Apparently she had a fake wedding birthday party.
No. That's Anita Sarkeesian, who turned 40.
Yeah. Oh, that's a whole different hoe bag.
Oh, okay.
She decided when she turned 40, she was going to have a wedding themed birthday. And
the wall.
No, that's cringe.
Oh, sorry.
She hit the wall ages ago. Jeez.
Yeah, but she's celebrating.
Anything you've ever seen of her has been airbrushed and face painted out to the person who sculpts her face in the morning is an artiste.
No,
it's the most 40-year-old cat lady thing they could do, though. She had a wedding to celebrate that she had hit the wall, and it's never actually going to happen for her, right? It's so poetic and beautiful, and I wish her all the best with that shit.
You know what my favorite part about that entire travesty, which is her social life, Josh and Tosh, as you know, Mr. McIntosh, he was never her boyfriend. So all those pictures of him following her around like a beaten puppy, holding her coffee while she yells at him, all of that was just him being there because he could. That was as close as he was getting.
Can we just recognize for a second that like that's really based for a simp? Like by simpian principles, he's the most based simp you could possibly be, right? Because he didn't get any. He's not the boyfriend, but he followed around like the perfect little puppy dog, and took all the fucking heat in the world for being a little puppy dog. That is like that's a tier of simpery that takes like expertise, know-how, and good old-fashioned elbow grease.
Is he patient zero for simpery?
No,
patient
patient
zero for simpery, as we know, is Adam, dude.
I was gonna say patient zero for simpery showed up in a cave during the Neolithic.
But no, in all seriousness, I would like to point out that
quite literally, Adam was the fucking K0 of simpery. Think about it for just half a second, dude.
It's his own rib. He does. That is.
Look,
his own body part. Saying, of course, he's allowed to do that. I'm just
saying he wasn't only looking at the fucking apples, bro.
Look,
she might have been holding them apples, okay? And she was like, aren't these apples delicious?
Just remember,
and
God wanted
like,
him.
Yes,
God
ma'am.
Him
those
to
apples
not masturbate. God wanted Adam not to masturbate and produce more children.
That's right.
So
he's following God's orders.
So of course, when he had himself a healthy snack, finally, the two of them decided to go out and create a uniform species, which somehow we ended up with here today.
Isn't it interesting that as soon as they leave, there's other people?
Isn't it interesting how that would be? Yeah.
Silly Kelly says, could we see Smugly's little kitten? Silly Kelly says, we want Smugly's little kitty. Silly Kelly says, that wasn't a fair test, God. And Silly Kelly says, how could Adam resist? Fair enough,
it's
right?
His own fucking rib.
Yeah, but titties. Do you know? Think about that for 1 second. You are witness to the birth of the first ever set of them titties.
Yeah,
how could he not
attractive until after he had the? No.
There's no experience to know better.
No, there is literally a good explanation for this one, man.
Sometimes
he was not attracted until he was given the apple and he ate it.
Sometimes them titties are hiding a snake.
He had no attraction until he took a bite.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a snake hidden by the titties, you know what I'm saying? And you'll get fucked up, brother.
Yeah,
but he had no experience.
He was not supposed to touch it.
How was he supposed to know they were the first ever titties? Well, do you know what it's like to experience the first ever set of titties? No, you don't. But Adam did, and he became a simp over it. And the lesson is don't be a fucking simp. It's the first thing in the Bible is don't be a simp. Literally. It is like it's a bunch of people all had each other after that.
The first lesson is that you can get just about anything done in a week.
And then the second lesson is don't fuck with the Jews. Because that's Exodus.
Damn right.
Well, I would just posit that like I'm always talking about wisdom in the Bible, and Max has just pointed out like the best example of it. I'm blown away.
Yeah.
Like that is a great damn thing.
Right. Adam was the first simp, and that's the original sin, fellas. So, but also we are men, right? And if as Adam fell for them titties, we so can fall for them titties, and you gotta make sure there's no snakes around.
I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna steal your thunder. I hope you don't mind here. From the chat. Dino Nuggy 117. I'm gonna subscribe to Bully Smugly on our scheduled basis.
So that's
you're now getting not paid to get bullied.
Yeah. So that's why Smugly never shows up anymore.
Yeah, his grand return My wife is gonna have no idea what's going on. So they've been saying that Shmuley has kitten energy in chat, and that they want him to show.
No, don't explain it. Don't explain any further. Ask her what she thinks kitten energy is.
Do you think Shmuley has kitten energy?
Do for Shmuley what he won't fucking do.
It's been hotly debated all night.
If anything, he's probably got like black cat.
Black cat, but that's a kitten, right?
Not kitten. Black cat and kitten is differently. Kitten is like the bitches that are like, yes, daddy. You know.
Okay.
Shmuley, I just want to remind you, you had a chance.
That is not him whatsoever. He is a black cat. He will whip your fucking throat out with his fucking words and his knowledge and just like fucking destroy you. He ain't walking around going, yes, mommy.
I think he's a black kitten.
No.
I think it's in between the two things. I think he has Hey, the kitten energy vote is 6-1. Was it 1 or 2 that voted not?
6-2.
Sam even voted kitten energy, and then he tried to deny it.
Well, because he's
I never tried to deny it. I just said that like I still like him.
Is it blackface if you say
my wife said,
black cat?
My wife said Sam has golden retriever energy.
Yes. Oh yeah, I've been told I have golden retriever energy IRL.
I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm glad that we now have a monthly supporter.
We have a monthly supporter?
Yeah, and as per the agreement, you have to get a special shout out from Shmuley on the show.
Right.
So here's your special shout out, Diney Nuggy 117. I really appreciate your donation to our show and the support.
Was there a message attached to it?
Feel the energy in that one.
The message was, I'm gonna subscribe to Bully Smugly on a scheduled basis.
Oh, for how much money?
I don't know. It's whatever.
I think it's $5. Yeah, that's fair. A subscribing amount of money to point out your kitten energy. Well, thank you, Dino Nuggy 117.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that.
Dino Nuggy 117 says black kitten for the win. So there we go. It's been decided. What we even know what kind of kitten he is.
Now, like Shmuley does bring up a good question though, or someone did. Does this qualify as? Is this the same thing as blackface?
No, it's black fur.
Yeah,
he's a Blitten.
How dare you insult the furry community that way?
Well, I mean, the furry community.
Yip and hell for
the furry community does it to themselves, though.
Hey, but I have nothing but nice things to say about our friend Bree and her horrible experience with a certain other furry, totally not called Johnny Fox, except when he is.
Oh yeah, who leaves fake book reviews allegedly?
Oh, that's scandalous.
Look, your grammar just sucks, and you know it.
What books?
Commas everywhere.
It's not that your book's being like promoted by like successful authors that he exactly wishes he was friends with or anything like that.
What was this book called again?
Yeah.
You can read about
what is this book called, Sam?
Oh, God.
You can read about the secret society that runs the government in the Fourth Estate.
The Fourth Estate.
And actually, hold on, wrong copy. That was the author copy. You can buy.
This is false advertising.
You can buy the Fourth Estate on Amazon in paperback, Kindle, and now audiobook too.
Yes, and here's the thing, everybody.
Who's reading it?
The people who have actually bought the book that we know for a fact, who have gotten the book, could not possibly have left a review about anything in the book because Sam hadn't even gotten his copy of the book when that review was left by an unverified reader that we have a sneaking suspicion shares a surname and first name, a full name, in fact, with a character from a Johnny Fox novel. If that's the case, fuck you, and all bets are off with you, boy, but we'll get to you later.
Yeah, I also like how the account, like, I was the only book that he reviewed, quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you have received your copy of the book, I personally recommend you read it first. And then if you feel that Sam has earned a review of a simple 5 minutes of your time, it would really help out both the channel, the show, and especially his book, which I think is an awesome thing for us to do instead of beg you for money. Sell something worthwhile. And it's his second book now.
But even if you've contributed, we still appreciate.
Yeah. It's just the book is helping him do something particular, right? And it's kind of cool.
It's also better than merch too, because I
don't know. You could do gangbusters begging for money to spend on blackjack and cats and liquor.
Well, we've all seen how well that has worked out for someone.
Did you see he had another stroke? He stroked out laughing.
Yeah, over Dan Schneider.
Yeah, it's funny how he made fun of you for your disability and then started having strokes.
Yeah, well, that tends to happen.
Well, that's because God favors the funny, if nothing else.
Or maybe Sam's like Vladimir Putin.
Well, Sam's Sam's Rasputin over here. That's what it is.
Well, I did write I did write about the KGB in this book a little bit, so you never know. By the way,
give you a preview of what kind of review I can leave for this.
You guys got to buy the book if you're gonna read it sooner than later, because Sam will low key spoil like a plot point every week.
I will. I'm hurting,
and it's my own fault. I should have been there for the launch. I missed all my glasses and everything, Sam. I apologize. I'll get it here soon enough.
Well, here's a little.
But stop dropping little spoilers every week, you bastard.
Here is a detail. If you finish the book, you'll know what the title of my next book is.
Oh, all right.
So all I have to do is read the last page.
No. I could
second to last.
I could have dropped it in the middle, or maybe at the beginning. You don't know.
Mort, you're here. What's up on some fucking D&D wheelchairs, my friend?
Yeah.
That's interesting too. It's in the same vein. See, that's the thing is with the Gamergate thing, and the reason I say it's part of a zeitgeist, right, is because I've seen it in other segments of different entertainment, not just gaming, before and after. And what it really boils down to is the woke style of preachiness is like the worst possible messaging for what they're doing. Because it eventually alienates essentially everybody, because you got to be the wokest motherfucker in the room or you ain't woke at all.
Yeah.
And they eat themselves and they burn out. And I think we're on the fucking decline of woke, to be honest with you. I don't think we have to do much about that. I think populism is against woke.
It's been declining.
Well, and I think that there's a concerted effort among some elites to kind of, whoa, this is too far. It no longer has the energy that it once had, right?
That black kitten energy. Yeah.
We can sort of put this away, and we need a new zeitgeist, right? Because
elites, huh?
To be honest, like, this energizes a bunch of like
breaking conditioning.
It energizes a bunch of like managerial elites, but like when the messaging is like resulting in no one signing up for your military because military families don't want to send their kids, and like when you have an actual threat of China and a land war in Europe, this shit is actually like getting in the way. When you're dealing with like actual issues, this is actually becoming a problem. When you have like 50% of the country that no longer believes in any of the institutions you control, this, you can see a problem there. So the real question would be, what's going to replace it, right?
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, I'm just mesmerized by his energy.
And I think that honestly, one of the things I'm concerned about is basically a return to like a war footing, right? Where essentially, well, if you don't believe in this, if you don't trust this, if you don't trust the state and the institutions, then you're fucking not patriotic and you hate fucking America or whatever it is.
A return to a war footing, you say?
Yeah. Do you think I'm wrong on this? Is that not a danger, you think?
I have a question for you. What did we spend north of $150 billion on last year?
War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my point. What do you do at a certain point?
So my point here is that what are you talking about?
I want to just be fair here for a second. That is the kind of point you'd bring up if you were like a black kitten, right? Like it's the strategic looking at the battlefield, what's best for business kind of thing. That had some real black kitten energy.
Well, BlackRock's like walking away from DEI, right? You see a lot of these people, that the kind of Davos crowd and whatnot, they don't have the energy for this shit that they once had.
Well, I mean,
I really do think that.
Yeah.
I really do think that. I think that a lot of the people who are in positions of power realize that this is becoming fucking toxic and not good.
Well, I mean, and to agree with Shmuley's point, I mean, even normies are making fun of Davos now.
I mean, yeah, normies are making fun of DEI because South Park, right? Like, put a chick in it or make her gay is a bigger meme than anything we're going to talk about.
Ridicule has always been our greatest weapon. I'm just curious what.
Yeah, you guys saw that article that I posted from Medium where they're like, laughter is the new symbol of the alt-right.
Yeah.
The far right.
Remember, you're far right if you work out.
But
I mean, but laughter, they're literally saying they're funny, guys, and we're not. Man,
that's going to make part of that Metallica song really annoying.
Yeah, but also, like, to be fair, Max, that is Medium, which is like the.
I know anybody can just post trash there, but it's funny that somebody thought that was the brilliant topic to put pen to paper over, right? They were going to get so many virtue signal points, and instead they just got laughed at by the left-wing internet ignores a lot of the people. Like the most egregious headlines don't actually get traction with a lot of them. That's why they're so ignorant to them.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Is Medium is essentially like the new HuffPo. Because like HuffPo is where all of like the cringy like radical left wingers used to like write columns.
Yeah, and they still write the same stupid shit. But I think what we've been talking about, Sam, is like how irrelevant that kind of like political extremism actually is in day to day. When you talk to normal working class or middle class people, right? They don't actually know about a lot of these topics, or they see like the really big viral news stories on social media. They're not as tuned in as people think because they're out there working. They have very little time with their loved ones. I mean, just because we have the internet now doesn't mean everybody's as plugged in as a lot of these people are.
Right.
And those people right now, I was just saying before we went on air when we were just having a chat that like, even people on the left are just kind of fed up with the way things are, and Joe Biden is definitely looking to be the direction of their ire for the most part, except for diehard, I will vote blue no matter what. That doesn't bode well for their reelection, barring any fortification.
Yeah.
What I mean specifically, Morpheus, is not that like these people are going to cease to exist, just that like power is no longer going to placate them to them in the same way because it's not advantageous in the same way that like, we still have Bush era neocons, but like that time is past, right?
Right. I mean, big passing of the torch with Laura Trump as GOP head, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The populism, it's ours now. We've been see, that's the thing we've been saying, and that's why I'm a diehard Trump guy, because I believe in the populism of it. I do believe it's genuine, and I've met nothing but people who really mean some shit, and they ain't, you know, you can cry racist till you're fucking blue in the face, but that's not who I talk to. In fact, I talk to people of a lot of other races who are just sick and tired of a certain kind of elitist, and yes, that includes right-wing elitists. And, and a lot of people are just sick and tired of Joe Biden, and they can do the easiest math in the world is, did I have more money a couple years ago when the fucking orange guy was in charge? Mm-hmm. It's the economy, stupid. Isn't that the
if you go on one of the reasons why I'm saying the war footing and whatnot, and maybe this is a projection beyond what, you know, I should, but when I go online to a lot of spaces like Twitter or whatnot, there is kind of a sentiment that I see rising, which is basically, you're doing the culture war. Don't you know that, like, Russia's bad, China's bad?
Yeah.
You need to focus on the things that really matter, which is our enemies, right? Our outward fucking facing, and stop complaining about the West, essentially, in any capacity.
And wink, wink, nudge, nudge, war, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah. War. By the way, did Nikki Haley tell you about her war yet? You should really see her war. It's going to be awesome.
Is it the one between her lips? Look at those teeth.
And so if this is going to come to fruition, what I would say is you're not going to see a receding of woke. You're going to see its gains basically codified and solidified, and the push, the sort of revolutionary like energy to do the next thing kind of dissipate.
Yeah, they're definitely going to leave this with gains. You're not wrong about that. I know a lot of people, that's a hard pill to swallow. But I mean, I remember with you when they inaugurated this old fuck, it was just me and you in a private chat, and we said, you know, in the long run, after a couple of years, this might actually be the best thing for like our specific message.
Yes.
Which is one of, like, honestly, we've always been pro working class and pro America first. Because we both come from working class backgrounds. What else would we be? And we've both been affected in different ways by outsourcing, immigration, and globalism, right? And here's an orange man magically out of nowhere who's got the funds to say fuck you, and he wants to talk about the false song of globalism. There's a reason I'm a dieharder. If you don't understand that and you disagree, I understand. You know, I'll hear people out. I love to talk to people. But a lot of people right now are hurting, and what they really want is a fucking end to the bleeding.
Yeah.
Well,
and they're sick and tired of, not only am I bleeding economically because the groceries cost more and the rent goes up and the utilities and the electric and everything else in my car and insurance and everything else. And won't you just leave me alone in my living room? No, you have to. You can't play the game, white man, as a white character. And just kind of bug out. You can't even just enjoy a story about somebody different than you. Like I was saying, Dragon Ball Z is like the most identified with franchise ever, right? And it's mostly identified with people who are not Japanese or like white, because they would say Goku's like white presenting. Either way, if you say he's Japanese or you say he's white, it's a lot of black and Hispanic people that really resonate with Goku and Vegeta. Well, you know what I mean?
My insight.
What does that say about representation or whatever?
My insight. I'll let you finish, Sam. But my insight into Joe was just that he is the most poetic, perfect president for representing the oligarchic system that we sort of have. He is the perfect representation because Joe Biden would never
everything we stand against rolled up into one. And it's not just the evil stuff, like a lot of people focus on that. But me and Shmuley's point of view in particular is the fucking incompetence. The absolute, where did the left's elite go that could do anything properly? Like, if you're going to subjugate us, you're doing the worst job possible.
Well, Joe just lets the system run because you can't imagine any other situation.
Right into the ground, despite any counter evidence, because that's what you do. The system just runs and you just let it.
If you look at his messaging,
because it works just fine for them. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you need to understand. The elites making these decisions, the system running like it is now, works absolutely fine for, including Donald Trump, by the way. He's just the one guy that I see that has the balls to say, yeah, it works pretty fucked up. He said that about taxes and shit. You can hate him for that, but he was honest. Like, why should you not fucking take advantage of it? Everybody else does. You're going to give up the competitive advantage. He didn't set up the fucking system, and the system is corrupt, and he said so from the beginning.
Well, two things. I've made this point before,
and I think these years of Biden have proven him to be at least somewhat accurate on that fucking assessment of things.
Oh yeah. Right? So
as I digress, Sam, I'm not going to Kanye you like Shmuley just did.
As I've said before, I do find it hilarious that like the party who
Kanye'd on his own show, he got Kanye'd on his own show.
The party that claims to be against, like, you know, rich white men is literally figureheaded by, like, a rich old white guy, right? You know, that's the figurehead of the woke movement. So,
and meanwhile, we're a bunch of weirdos that like funny shit on the internet, and our spokesman is basically like Shmuley, and I just realized. Also, who has black kitten energy is Kanye, right? They have that in common. He just Kanye'd you. Yeah, I get it now. I feel it. You know what? I was tepid on whether he had kitten energy, chat, but that I was just sold. So thank you.
You know, like that's a little harsh though. I can't quite compare.
Well, he doesn't have the Jew hate energy, but that's more like Adolf energy, right?
Yeah,
Kanye said he watched a comedy with like a Jewish actor in it, so it's fine. Don't you like Jesus? That's so last year, Sam. How dare you? Kanye loves the Jews. He's gonna do a Jew tribute album in 2025. You'll see.
That was the funniest. That was like the most South Park like. That was the most South Park
like we went into the Mandela universe effect dimension of the funniest thing of all time. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like, right?
Yeah, no, it's
now funny. I know everybody's seen Kanye on Alex Jones, and that was shocking enough. But did anybody see him with Gavin shortly after that, where he tripped down? He's like, I've never shook hands with a Jew that I didn't think was a demon. He said wild shit to Gavin. That man was so mentally ill. I can't I don't know. I can't be mad at him because he's not.
No, he's
not a normal person, Kanye. He's got that black kitten energy.
My favorite part of the whole Kanye on Alex Jones thing was, and I don't know if you saw this, but my favorite part was during that whole thing. There were CNN journalists tweeting, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually feel bad for Alex Jones. That to me is the funniest or one of the funniest things about that entire thing was that even the mainstream media that hated Alex Jones was like,
almost man, of reason in the room at least.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's hard to be mad about something so funny, but I understand why a lot of Jews would be mad about it because he was.
No, I get it.
I could get if they don't forgive him. For me, here's the thing: I'm not like a huge Kanye guy. Shock. I like underground kind of music for the most part, but there are some jams, bro. And not just the ones people know, because I don't know a lot of his new shit. But bro, slow jams with Twista, that's like the fucking song because it's all about old school R&B instead of they play all the whatever. And then you got Gold Digger. Everybody it can resonate with Gold Digger, right? That fucking with no broke.
I have to be honest though. The best part of Gold Digger is Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah, obviously. But you got to give it Kanye produced that. There's another jam I like with Kanye, and I think it's Dilated Peoples. It's called Walk This Way. It's like I can't live my life this way. And there's a whole chorus. That shit's dope. I kind of like a few Kanye songs, right? But for a while, it felt weird listening to him down the road, even though I knew it was just me. Because I'm like, if somebody kind of hears it, and he just said he wants fuck all the Jews. and he's hanging out with Nick Fuentes. And you know how I feel about Nick Fuentes, Sam.
Yeah.
He's an absolute piece of dog shit, right? So
Yeah,
that hurts my soul. And then he still hangs out with Milo, and that's pretty bad, right? Milo is kind of tainted at this point. But I'm a redemption guy. Could he redeem himself, Milo?
I mean, it's America. Anyone can. If there's one thing that's true about America, it's that we love a comeback story.
That is correct. But can you come back from anti-Semitism with the ADL?
You like come on your back? I don't.
Now that's some fucking energy.
That's some kitten energy.
Oh,
Getting back to the Sweet Life thing, one thing that popped into my mind though is you met someone mentioned that a lot of the
You just pulled the Dave.
You just pulled the Dave, Sam. You glossed over the funniest thing with an anyway. Just moving on. Sorry.
I guess I pulled the Gavin in that sense too.
Oh no, but that's like Dave's biggest. Did you guys see the Dave video? Can you show that, Sam? I'll pull it up. Give me a second. But did you see Dave's video of him absolutely like melting down?
Yeah, about the outlets.
The outlets in his house? Oh my god, I was dying. Was that not is it not the funniest burg out you've ever seen?
Yeah, can we
I want to watch that again. I recorded it. It's on my Twitter, but I'm finding it on Dave's channel. We gotta shout him out. He even did like an animation for his channel.
Well, one thing I do want to bring up while Craig is still here is I do find it funny that that the quote unquote alt-right guy who made the list of the Sweet Baby Inc. games is not some American white guy. It isn't. Craig isn't the guy who made the Sweet Baby list like from Brazil or something like that.
Yeah, he's Brazilian.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Most Brazilians are Catholic. If not Catholic, they kind of have conservative-ish values, like on social issues.
Yeah,
compared to white, liberal, middle-aged American women that think they're so cool. Brazil has a different set of moral values than that. Wow, what a shock! The world is not like one black and white place.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing though. It's like, again, it's not the white guys, it's the base.
It just sucks. It devolves into like the old meme of Dems are the real racists, but it's only because that's true of like the progressive left. They actually are old school racists at the like end of the day in ridiculous ways. I often mention the old symbol. If you got a BLM sign in front of the house, odds are you didn't have a black person in it in your entire life,
Yeah. No, it's just like with
and they know it too, by the way. Like, I don't know. Normal black people know that kind of shit.
It's just like with the whole wheelchair gate thing in D&D. Like a lot of these woke people have been like, we want to talk to a disabled person about this and more.
And I literally said I co-host a show with two disabled gentlemen, and I don't just mean because some people say I'm disabled and they mean anxiety, right? I mean two gentlemen who are actually in wheelchairs, right, for various conditions that they have, right, who are willing to give you all of their input, Dungeons and Dragons, if you care so much about diversity.
I'm still wondering though why you guys didn't just say talk to a mirror.
No, but what they say is I don't want to play in a fucking wheelchair, and that's not the acceptable opinion because it's a fantasy game, and it's just
it's very, very, very nice for the dungeon master to not only provide all of these horrible ways to die, but also to make the dungeon ADA compliant. What fucking planet are they on?
It's silly, and especially when I get
the idea. It's just a game, but at the same time, It's just a game.
Let's play
Doesn't
by
mean
the
to cater to
rules,
your
bro.
bullshit.
Let's play by the rules. Is like, okay, say you're any kind of magic user, right? Level 1, you can pick your cantrip to be levitate. That means you can levitate for 10 minutes at a time, and you can cast that every 10 minutes.
And I'm going to.
That's what wizards do. Fuck disability, because you're a wizard, right? Why wouldn't you have that spell? You don't gotta walk anywhere. You're like,
Well,
and
I'd
then
like
you
to
shoot
point
lightning
you to
bolts
one of the
and shit.
memes
Duh.
I put into the general chat of your gilded.
Not to mention that like
The
in average,
T800 that's sitting in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
depending on the economy, and let's say in the Forgotten Realms, because we're talking about Wizards of the Coast here in Dungeons and Dragons, the average heal potion, right, is going to run you about 10 to 100 silver, not gold, pieces, which you could easily acquire from the most basic of quests or just from shoplifting as a thief, okay?
Oh,
It's the most trivial amount of money. And guess what a heal potion does, Sam? For a guy like you?
it heals
It
me.
does damage.
It heals my
Literally
legs.
heals you of the ailment. We're not talking about like a restore life potion. That's different. Restoring hit points. We're talking about heal. Heal cures a status effect. You know what that status effect is called? Paralyze.
Yeah. I do want to point out, Craig, you posted these images in the general chat.
Yes.
This is what Morpheus and I are talking at though. Like all the wizards and even like the T800 are in fucking hospital wheelchairs.
Hospital wheelchairs.
Fuck that shit.
Which
Not
is
even
like,
that, but like 1950s style hospital wheelchairs. And anyone that's ever used a hospital wheelchair knows if you take it out of the hospital onto literally any other surface but hospital tile floor,
It's literally going to tip over.
it's going to immediately fucking, if not tip over, especially if you're not used to a manual wheelchair, that's a whole nother fucking set of geese right there, right? Because you have to have some level of coordination with your arms, right? But you guys are wheelchair veterans, so for you, that's not the real problem. But for me, it was, right?
Oh, that thing would break apart in like under an hour if
That's the other thing. Just like normal, like you guys being like, grown boys going out playing and teenagers and shit would have broken.
You know that GIF that we showed last week with the fucking chick like flying through the air in her fucking wheelchair? That thing would fucking explode as soon as it hit the ground.
Why wouldn't you? Because every friend you have is going to ask you to do it.
Yeah.
I would.
I was a skater in high school.
Like, come on, Sammy, let's go.
Yeah, you need like a high end like sports like wheelchair to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, but a teenager, even a crippled one, you see they have problems like anybody else wouldn't fucking think of that shit, right? Because you're an impulsive dumb. So I'm sure you guys have done stupid shit and broken wheelchairs, right?
Oh, more than one.
Yeah, because boys will be boys. It's funny. My estimation of these like wheelchair in D&D people is that they don't actually think you're another species.
Yeah.
When they're the strange species, not us.
Yeah. Like any of this makes sense because like you guys don't want to play in a wheelchair. If you did want to play in a wheelchair and the dungeon master was like, bro, that's going to make the game kind of suck for everybody, would it be that big a deal?
Nope.
No.
I didn't think so. Because you'd probably rather be like a barbarian Conan or a fucking wizard and again, you get a fucking potion that costs the real world equivalent of $2 and you can get it at the 7-Eleven that will heal your paralysis because it's a fantasy world. We don't live in a fantasy world, so why not take advantage of it is basically what you guys said, right? I want to escape, which is why you play video games and everything else. Who cares about like dealing with you could make a really dope game about dealing with the struggles of being disabled in a fun way, like make it a over the top like Octodad or something and make it fun and poke fun at how that is, and it could be a fun little time. But just shoehorning motherfucking wheelchairs into shit because it makes them virtue signaling. None of these people are, by the way, permanently disabled and in wheelchairs, right?
Or or if we wanted to play Cyberpunk, right? You bring this up all the time, Max, is like grill legs or grill arms.
And actually, Cyberpunk has a lore reason for wheelchairs still existing. They can't deal with the neurological issues that cause our issues.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and it's, you guys are grown men, so you're not children that throw a temper tantrum when the universe depicted is not exactly as you want to foresee it either. And that's the other thing about like all these tabletop role-playing games that I think is fun is, yes, you can just do that. Like the dungeon master that wants to have that crazy disabled people game with the trans rainbow and the DEI sticker in the back can have that game. Nobody's stopping him, but they want to stop us from having a game where you guys both say, no, I don't want your custom wheelchair rules, even if it is a battle tank, because a level 1 fucking wizard can cure that. A level 1 cleric can cure that as well. A level 1 cleric.
Yeah.
This just reminds me to this is a general PSA. Don't use Nexus mods.
Yeah, and that's how you know, Sam.
They will ban you from being able to do things that are simple, like remove the pronouns from a game with a mod.
Yeah, it's silly. I've given up on Nexus a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, their public statements are the worst. You know, speaking of public statements,
their moderation team is crap too.
I do want to point out that I put Epic Hosting on blast, even though they gave their retraction of Kiwi Farm. Because
God, that was so funny. What an epic fail.
Yeah, how are you going to undo the damage, though, that your statements caused, right? You're admitting that you lied. Good job. And it cost Kiwi Farms and a lot of people a lot of fucking headache and money and everything else. What are you gonna do about that, motherfucker? That guy would talk mad shit about even conservatives because he's like soured on, he wanted to be the free speech guy. And it's the same thing I've encountered in some places, that it's hard because they want to challenge you. You know, if you're the free speech guy, you get challenged, you get pushed on it to see how far they'll put up with it. I got too old to deal with it in my case. I don't even care what the line is. I said on my server, I was like, if you just drive me nuts, I'm gonna ban you. Okay.
Wait, Epic Games got into another kerfuffle. Color me shocked.
Epic Games doing the wrong thing. Wow. Who would have seen that come? But also picking the wrong side. Like Epic Games picked its own side in the quote unquote platform wars on PC, right? Does anybody use Epic Games platform? I don't.
Nope.
No.
I don't like Tencent.
Yeah. Anybody, if you care about like anything in the like geopolitics, that's your reason, right? Number one, it's a Chinese
China is
company.
asshole.
But then number two, Tim Sweeney mismanages that motherfucker. And look at he's been used as China's attack dog against two very big American companies, one being Apple, but also he's been trying to throw his weight around with Valve for years, right? And hey, call me a Valve fanboy, as my wife sits over there playing my Steam Deck, but you know, I like Valve as a company. I don't always agree with like even the structure of the politics that it was founded on, notwithstanding. If you're into that sort of thing, it's a little esoteric and complicated, but Valve is an exceptionally good company if you are a consumer. Maybe it's not so great, and this is Tim Sweeney's point, it's not so great for them as a games distributor, essentially, right? Because they have a 30% service fee, but so does Apple. That's why he threw a tantrum at them, and so does every other major platform, because that's about what it costs. Look, you want to be on the Google Play Store, you pay your 30% or you don't. It's the same everywhere.
Well, the nice thing with Steam is that now as a dev, you just have to pay $100 to get the opportunity to sell your game there. It used to be that you had to go through Greenlight or be a AAA dev, and you know, with Greenlight, I was the fifth to last person to get a game approved on it, and so that whole thing going away, well, it kind of like did disrupt the quality control of what can be posted on there. It did open up things where if you didn't have an idea that appealed to enough people out there, then you might have some good game suggestions that didn't quite meet the threshold.
You can end up on the
there's the ability to do it for $100.
The largest gaming platform on earth. People like the console people don't seem to understand that there's way more install user base on Steam than there is on all the consoles combined. If you include all these other countries where they don't have consoles or consoles are like prohibitively expensive, you can get your little indie project in front of that many people. Sometimes it's shit. I feel like the algorithms and shit that they use, and like I've banned certain things like anime related or sex related because I'm a dad and I'm not into that shit. And I found that like just banning sex related wasn't enough. I had to ban anime entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but speaking of the dev point, a buddy of mine just released his indie game. He made it himself back in January called The Source. It's like, again, even if I wasn't a friend of his, it's pretty good for a first-time dev.
Yeah.
And I got another buddy on Zwatter who's putting a game out, Killdozer Simulator. Buddy on Twitter, Rob Goose.
What a good idea for a game, right? Can I just say?
Looks fucking awesome.
Love that idea.
I'm down for I believe I wish listed it immediately. I was like, that looked awesome. I know it's just like a little tech demo he put together, but it's such a great concept for a game. And then
I hope he continues it and just like keeps rolling through.
Just the right amount of controversy, in my opinion. It's perfect. Beautiful.
Well, he is a very colorful character.
Hey, a lot of motherfuckers right now can really resonate. The guy that locked himself in a bulldozer and just tore down some corpo shit.
Yeah, look,
not gonna lie.
His driveway.
Oh yeah,
should not have fucked with his driveway.
I'm not endorsing that behavior. I'm just saying they don't understand what they do to the working and middle class, right? Because now even the upper middle class is like, shit's getting tight, bro.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why Fight Club memes like show up online every few years.
Yeah, or joke. You got to worry when it starts getting Joker. When the Jokers start popping up, shit pops off. There's plenty of Earth Jokers, as you know, Sam. Pod Awful documents quite a few of them for people that aren't aware. Check out Pod Awful, Awful for being unjustly banned for the stupidest rule of all time.
Yeah, I mean, fuck YouTube. I mean, fuck YouTube just in general. They still have not given me a reason for why they banned my channel.
It's funny, like it's like you feel for Pod Awful, but then you say, yeah, at least you got some reason.
No, I mean,
it's such a shitty platform to deal with their customer service.
Yeah.
What? Fuck YouTube.
What customer
Cringe Coffee House live episodes are going to only be Rumble exclusive from now on because Pod Awful got banned and that's fucking gay. I can say that, right? Yeah, that's fucking.
You know what? Like Jesse says,
and not in a flamboyant like pride parade kind of way. It's like gay in shame in a back alley bathhouse, in 1972, all sweaty and smelly.
No, it's like that Louis C.K. joke. You're not a faggot because you're gay. YouTube's being a faggot because they're just being a bunch of faggots. So,
damn, Sam takes the heat right off me, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this is the greatest show in the world.
Hey, what?
Hold on, where did the kitten energy left? Are you serious? Shmuley's gone. His big return, and all we got was a compelling argument and a bunch of kitten energy. And he did Kanye you. I got to give him that. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
I just say that Beyonce deserved Video of the Year.
Well, poor Morpheus. All of us talk over Morpheus, and he had to take on like the whole Sweet Baby thing.
Oh, did he? Well, is he ready to fucking go? Come on, Mort. I've been waiting for this. Or he said his computer went robotic earlier. That's why I didn't push the issue, Sam. But since you want to put him on the spot, I'm going to double down and lean into it. Let's go, Mort. What's going on?
Well, no, I think
You're live on the Whitfield Report. You know what's the best? The audience is like Sam is the ultimate babyface, but when you turn him heel on his own show, that's the most fun.
Yeah.
And then he's definitely gone that route. I am impressed, actually.
Hey, listen, I'm a nice guy until I'm not.
That fake review fucking really got you riled up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, at least buy the book before you give a negative review.
Right.
Well, my main point about Sweet Baby situation is we already talked about it with Craig, is it connects right back to original Gamergate.
Yeah. And if you want to know more about the whole Sweet Baby thing, you can check out gamergate2.com, actually.
Oh my God.
Craig, do you know he put out a statement disavowing that he owns that website?
Fucking Project Phoenix.
Yeah. He's like, I don't own Gamergate 2, and I'm sorry to anybody trying to buy it for legitimate purposes, but it was done against me as a stalker harassment case. Obviously, you heard, right, that the Cringe Coffee House is a gang stalking organization dedicated to...
Oh, yeah, obviously, you're the one who bought it back in, 2018?
Yeah. It's all a plot with... I'm pretty sure he said it was the Jews because of you or whatever. Which it's like, got me. Yeah, we got a Jew. Oh, God, yeah, he's got us. He's mad because of the Charlottesville stuff. In particular, he wrote a comment to me on my video, denying being there, but you can watch the video and hear his voice. And also, he said he was there in the video that I show in the video he's commenting on. So, okay.
He's the one who drove the car, right?
Yeah. He kind of looks like him, doesn't he? No, he was the one standing right there filming it with the goddamn closest footage I've ever seen. And that's why whoever took that, he says that wasn't him. Whoever took that footage, the only instance I ever saw of it online, and I searched, trust me, was on Johnny Fox's archived channel when he was defending Charlottesville and saying it was about Southern pride and free speech, and that there were no Nazis there at all. And all I was saying in the video is that the main speaker at Charlottesville was Richard Spencer. The next speaker was Mike Pinovich, or Mike Enoch, a well-known like neo-Nazi. He hosted the site, the rightstuff.biz. I believe he still does. And he's like and Christopher Cantwell, the crying Nazi, as people might remember. Those were the speakers at the event. So it's just funny to me that you say no Nazis were there and I was there, but then he says he's not there. It's just all funny. And he's mad about that. I showed the video. You can check it out on the Cringe Coffee House. And that's the thing, Sam. I can't just take the Cringe Coffee House away because part of it being on YouTube is what bothers him. But what I can do is I'm not putting any more new episodes up there.
Yeah, I never said that. I never said that you
I know you didn't, but I want to be clear on like how pissed I am at YouTube. I mean, it's like double as pissed as with Pod Awful, because we haven't been dealing as with when you got banned, just because we have had it great here on Rumble.
Yeah,
we sit here, do our thing, you know.
Yeah,
can suck a fat dick.
Well, now YouTube won't even allow me to stream videos to my gaming channel.
And to be fair, other podcast apps, like we're not getting banned on Spotify or anything like that.
No, in fact, our ratings on Spotify have gone up, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Sam, we booked. I think I can say it to the audience because it's like on Twitter publicly, but we invited, and he said he would come on. Val Venus, former WWF at the time, WWE Intercontinental Champion, and well, his gimmick was he was an adult film star some of you older wrestling heads may remember. Of course you do, because it's Val Venus. And you might not know much about his politics, but that's why I invited him on, not to talk about wrestling, because a bunch of Mark podcasts who love wrestling are going to talk about that. But Val Venus is a really interesting guy politically, and I think he really, really triggers a lot of leftists on Twitter, particularly today. That's why I asked him, because I was like, fuck it, this would be awesome. So yeah, mid-April, you guys can, and it'll basically, I think, Sam, be our 420 special, right?
He also called Liv Morgan an ugly woman for supporting abortion, which I was like based.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he called her an ugly and unattractive woman because of her pro-abortion stance, and that's what they were triggered about. But Sam, did you see the other thing that he said about Bray Wyatt?
No, I didn't see that.
All he did, to be fair, all he did was question whether it might have had a correlation with the vaccine or the booster, because we really don't know, and it is a little out of sorts. Everybody kind of felt like Bray Wyatt died. He was just like champion. You know what I mean? Well, young guy he just had a family. It came out of nowhere. And Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee in AEW, same thing. Those guys were like together in a faction. Isn't that a little odd?
Well, more.
Why can't you, these people were mad at Val Venus just for even asking that question, saying it was disrespectful. And I just stood in and said, I told one of them to not drown in his own tears, actually, was the exact quote.
More, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't like Al Craig in the wrestling circle get like temporarily banned from Twitter for like basically doing the vaccine questioning when
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Val Venus is banned on all kinds of shit. And that's what they're telling. Oh, you're never going to get in the WWE Hall of Fame. That's why I struck up a conversation, because I was like, as a wrestler, if they're not paying you, do you even care about that? Because we all know it's just Vince McMahon picked his favorite. Well, now it's, Triple H picks his favorite. Whatever. That's not really me. Like in real sports, not to completely shit all over wrestling, but in real sports, the Hall of Fames are voted on by like peers, retired players, right? And legends. And they all come to a consensus of who the guy is who gets the votes. And sometimes a guy you really think should be in never gets in. And sometimes the guy who shouldn't does. But overall, people at least respect that it's the opinion of the majority of that sporting community, right? That's not so with the WWE Hall of Fame. So what it really is a chance at a payday for most wrestlers, because that's what they're in the business for anyway. And it's a payday where they don't have to get hurt.
Right.
So I asked him, if there was no money, would you even care? And he's like, even if there was money, it would have to be a lot of money. And no, I don't really care. It's kind of a hollow ceremony to get a paycheck.
Just like all the other award ceremonies.
Which is cool. Look, it's kind of a little bit of a retirement program. Then they put you in a video game or whatever, and they send you a royalty check, and you have a good relationship with WWE. It's a very corporate thing to do. It's also a kind thing to do for older wrestlers. It's a sort whatever, right? But I mean, that's all it really is, right? It's a business transaction. Hey, we'll scan you, put you in the video game, you give you a little Hall of Fame speech, we'll fly you out, buy you a lunch, you know what I mean? And that's it. Unless you're a mark, right?
Yeah. Craig Bob on X says LL and then X. Well, at least now we know chat works on X or Twitter. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
now.
It's been working all along. See, Sam's not in tune with you, chat. I believed in the kitten energy from the start, chat.
Well, no, I believe that Rumble
and
chat
and I thought the Gamergate had an impact as well. And Sam, are you convinced now, Sam?
Yes, I am convinced now that it has.
There you go.
Now let's just not fuck it up.
So you can say then with certainty that is a Craig Bob W, right?
Yes, it is. Here's the thing: if Craig Bob,
So it's not going to show up in the main chat, though, is it?
It's in the one we can see. That's all I know.
No, I saw that.
I can see it.
It says Smooly on the toilet, shitting energy.
Yeah, well, that. Oh, I can even.
Smooly had a night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sad he called it early.
I can even
You can pin it.
Oh, Dave, I forgot about Dave.
Oh yeah.
Sam, I'm gonna send you that. Keep. I'm gonna let you finish though. Shmooly should have won Video of the Year.
For the record, like, I know people think that the fake Untitled podcast might be disorganized, but they're way more organized.
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it in that group chat or whatever. I don't know. You're in there. It's on Gilded. Craig must have a comment on this Dave video because I'll assure you, sir, it is some of the finest content with guilt-free locale you'll ever see. He spurgs out very rarely this hard, and it's about the dumbest thing ever. If you haven't seen it,
Ever, that is
Dave,
hard to reach.
Also,
Dave is like my adopted, like adult, like schizo, semi-retarded man. And I think you've probably seen, if you've watched any of my stuff, his video about him not being a pedophile. He gets as angry as that, which is classic, but it's about something far more trivial. I'm just padding for Sam for time to do his magic tech work over there.
Okay, I'm pretty close to getting it.
We're on the launch pad, ladies and gentlemen. We're just gonna check the weather here.
Okay, and I've got it. So
T-5.
Okay.
I need an answer, and I want an answer now. I have a big, fucking, huge question. Right? Check this out. Ready? Check this out. Why do they make these things upside down? Why? It was spider. Why do they make them upside down? Why? Why the fuck do they build trailers with these fucking things upside down? They're all over my goddamn place, and they're upside down. Why don't they make them right side up? Why? These things should be right side up, not upside
one in right side
down.
up. Drop a knife on it when you've got a plug in.
It is absolutely fucking stupid to build these things upside down. Absolutely fucking retarded. Fucking retarded. Why do they build these things upside down? It is absolutely fucking retarded. Retarded.
Okay, Max, I can
Thanks, Dave.
So for a while, at first, Max, I had no idea why you were obsessed with this guy, and then I kind of got it, and I can say after seeing this, I get it now.
I also didn't get it until this video.
Click on his channel and go to the last video he put up, Sam. And we can end the show with how much of Dave's 40-minute rant about how much he hates it in New York we can put up with.
So
No. I've got another thing for you to use first, though.
Okay, we do that first.
I have the same. I'm getting the same energy out of a specific video. I'm gonna throw it in the general chat.
Okay.
Yeah. I love a good spurg out, but Dave's like homegrown, you know. And you get one of
I think
that
I know
caliber.
who his mom must be, though.
When you get a Dave of that caliber, you just have to bask in its magnificence. He also has a really good one recently about tasting. He did a whole video tasting different, like, you know, the little single flavored things you put in like a bottle of water. He tried like a million flavors, and he said, "What did the pineapple taste like?" Like 600 times in the video. To the point my wife has pineapple PTSD. To the point that when we went to the store, we got pot, and I bought blunts. The first one we smoked was pineapple, all low key like, so I could hold it up to her.
What does the pineapple taste like?
What did the pineapple taste like? And get probably physically harmed at some point.
Okay, so
like maybe now because I'm getting them eyeballs again, Sam. I should shut up. Show the video.
Okay, yeah. So this is the video that Greg got for us.
This is Dave's mother or grandmother or aunt, who knows?
Some crazy lady. I think this might have gotten me a reprieve from being harmed by my wife because she's laughing so hard. She says she can't.
Your penis is too small. Your penis, you're too small. Your penis is still too small. Your penis, you're small. And it, your penis is not big enough. You're not big. No big enough. Your penis is too small. I'm done. Your penis is not big enough. Your penis is too small.
Why does she sound like Eric? She sounds like a spitting image of Eric Cartman.
Yeah, she got that Dave energy, bro. I'm telling you, pick one of the two newest videos Dave put on his channel, right?
Why is this plug too small?
And just like, because like I don't know what's in them, Sam. I'm not like trying to like pretend I can predict that. I'm just saying that the two videos he put up have a warning about cursing, and let me set the stage for you, Sam, just so you're up to date with the Dave-averse, okay? Because it's very funny because it's him, and I don't know who his audience is, but he thinks he's like a big YouTuber vlogging his insane life, and he's been forced out of his beloved because his name is Dave in New York, Hudson Valley guy, right? And he, because the landlord was sick of him doing things like, I don't know, like you can watch the video I put up of him yelling at his black neighbors the N-word through a bullhorn and things like that. So they didn't renew his lease, you know? From there, he claims that he was, quote, kidnapped and forced to move to Delaware. Now, Dave's history, short story, is he's a disabled man who lives on government support. And sometimes when he gets off his meds, he gets in trouble, but he's always posted on YouTube way too much information, completely obliviously. But now he's doing that in the situation where his mom and her boyfriend got him a nice mobile home for him to live in and take care of. And all he has to do is keep the propane tank filled. He has a little kitty that doesn't like him at all and drive around in his car because he's unemployed. Right, and just be Dave. That's all he had to do.
Wait,
well, flash forward. Hold on, Sam. I'm not done. Flash forward because now we're at a point of turmoil. You see, it's been a slow build, Sam, for about a year about how much he hates it here in Suck-Ass County, Delaware. And in every video for almost a year, he would slip into that for a second and just start screaming about how he hates it there and he wishes he was in New York, and then go back and go, anyway. That's why I said you pulled a Dave, and go back to whatever he was talking about like nothing happened. And more the videos become consumed by his need to go back to New York. A couple weeks ago, he called homeless services lines in Delaware, asking them to come move him to New York and pay for it.
Max, is it possible that like...
And he posted the audio of that, Sam, on his YouTube page. You can go watch that right now. But I think what you should do is click on his channel, which is Gordon Liddy, right? from that video I sent you before, right? And just the first video he just put up that says warning, spoiler.
Well, there's that video, and then he's also doing like a review of iRobot, which I'm not sure we want to play because that's like
no, it's not reviews. He shows clips.
It says warning contains strong language.
Yeah, warning contains strong language. Swearing ahead, so, I put this bitch in her place. Do that one.
So before we get through into the audio of that one, I was just going to wrap up the whole Sweet Baby Inc. thing.
Oh, yeah. Sweet Baby's important, too. Dave's a sweet baby.
Well, because we're getting towards the 2-hour mark here, I am going to have to hop into bed here in a minute.
Yeah, that's why
that
outro content that everybody can slip out the back and say their fucking shit. Yeah. See, we know what we're doing.
Just say that I'm the one who is behind the X community, Sweet Baby Inc. Detected Gamergate 2, and then.
Oh God, you're the head of the new Gamergate.
No, fuck that noise.
It's gonna be terrible. Oh. Yeah. I joined. Yeah, it seems.
I joined too.
Did I?
That's what I was gonna say. If anyone could,
we have 4 members.
No, I'm just waiting for the ADL to come at you, bro.
Oh, please. I have things to say to the ADL. If they want to give me a direct line to them, they want to give me a direct line. I have things to say to them.
No, that would be the funniest thing if they went after you because then they.
I will start directly off. I will start directly with fuck and end with off.
Yeah, they're gonna say you're a key general in the Gamergate 2 offensive, Electric Boogaloo or whatever.
But then that would be like BLM going after like a black conservative and being like,
I think what Sam's premise is about nothing changing is it's just another of those culture war battles, in a string of them. And I get what he's getting at, but I'm glad you were able to change his mind and him to admit that he was wrong and me to bust his balls for 2 hours with you. So that was worth having you on alone, sir.
I'll give you a very short anecdote on how this is going to play out for the rest of your life, Sam.
He's canceled.
Along with everyone else. So I had to go.
He's now joined the Craig Was Right club.
So my older brother was doing something, and basically I went and picked him up that night. And on the way back, he was in a mood. And he's already a doctor. I think he was already a doctor at this point. And I was in undergrad. This is a while ago, and they're saying, basically the people there was a thing that happened where some people acted like idiots. He said, this is high school level bullshit, and I'll tell you this, it goes on for the rest. It goes on well past high school. Though. It's every single stage of your life will have this kind of petty drama at all scales. And the all scales part is more of a corollary, and it's absolutely right. It's the same kind of BS shit. If someone wants you to agree with them, and if you don't agree with them, then you are the enemy, and they will punish you until you agree with them.
It's a byproduct of human action, unfortunately, right? It's
the same kind of tribalism. You are the other tribe, and you will be stabbed until you are removed from the island. It doesn't matter if in the morning it turns out you are one of the Lost Boys.
It's both predictable and unpredictable, right? Like in the meta. And so...
Well, certainly the boundaries are a little bit more subject to volatility.
Yeah. People feel differently about the internet these days as part of it than we used to. And
that's a shame because it's absolutely still what it was. It just has a layer of pretty pictures on it. The underneath of it is still all the same fun. Pick your battles intelligently.
I don't know if you're my kind of guy on that, but I'm a dead internet theory guy, and there's a lot more bots than people think.
Yeah,
fair.
It's basically a Potemkin village on a lot of these fucking sites, especially the big social media tech giants.
Oh, like
TikTok will give you 10,000 follows just because, and they're not even accounts. It's just a number that they give you. I always point out who checks on YouTube's view counts besides YouTube, right? like Nielsen is a third party that does ratings for television and radio and stuff, right? But
yeah, but it's not like you don't bullshit them too.
Yeah, and like I made the argument in my video that I really think
more
people should
automated.
watch, that like, you know, that is advertising, right? They use view counts to advertise. So if their view counts aren't accurate, wouldn't it be false advertising? I think view counts drive public opinion now to a large degree.
Well, so does the algorithm, but I gotta tell you that it doesn't count as advertising. It's an opinion.
Right.
Even if it comes out as a numerical metric, it is an opinion as much as Google's search results in general.
Right. And it
will be argued in that way in court, and that is how they will win in court, because it is absolutely still true. It's an automated opinion, but it's an opinion.
But the sliminess is there, you know, and it's in plain sight for you to find if you know what you're looking at. And it's funny because what I find with old internet heads like you and I, right, is like we spend more time in real life doing things and like not being as worried about it, you know. And
yeah, I will say shit.
That's why you're the perfect person.
Motherfucker and tits.
You're
the want on the internet.
You're the perfect person to run that like X group, in my opinion, just for that reason, because like you're one of the more reasonable people we know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You guys need to meet more people.
Nah.
They
also find the most interesting weirdos on Twitter. I swear to God.
Well, Craig. Well, Craig, that's what I'm saying. If this is Gamergate 2, like, you're the perfect person to run it because
you are Le General.
Because it might actually do something.
No, you should use the moniker Johnny Fox while you do it, and then call it Gamergate 2, right? And just like,
yeah, then I can fall asleep doing a long play.
He can be the Dread Pirate Roberts of like lolcows, you know, just wear his face. I was thinking about doing, just because he's being a dick with Sam's book, right? Just doing like a straight up parody of his low effort content. It wouldn't be hard at all.
Well,
just call yourself the Kit and Caboodle.
Well, you already read like your novella of his.
I couldn't even read a full chapter of his book without laughing. And I didn't want to do it in 10 takes because, like, the documentary, I put a lot of effort in terms of research and lining up clips. But quite honestly, I also didn't put a lot of effort in because Johnny Fox is a tiring sort.
and also because it's Johnny Fox, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's like going after, like, Mersh or Cog. They just provide
Mersh.
endless
Hard.
Like the Cog dressing gate or the Mersh having a stroke on stream. After he mimicked Sam by saying that, I was nice to you, and then mimic Sam having a stroke, right?
I was nice. He sounded like Harvey Firestein. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah,
he did.
He made a
moment. Like Harvey Firestein when the big ship was coming over the tower and he's screaming at his mother on the phone.
Well, you know,
get your ass to Rhode Island.
We're on the come up here with Sam, you know, doing his fucking thing. Maybe he won't be bigger than Mersh, but Mersh is fat, so that's not fair.
Well, yeah,
he's disabled in a different way.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
Way worse way.
Mersh is disabled in a far worse way.
Well, hey, Sam, how much money do you lose regularly at gambling again?
0.
Wow, what a pussy.
So is that because you count cards or you count the money in your wallet beforehand and realize you like having it there?
You're supposed to be Rain Man, right? Isn't that the...
I bought a...
Sam's like, I gotta go watch Wapna.
I bought like a scratch off lotto.
Now we're just mixing up our disabilities.
I bought like
no, because just because he's crippled doesn't mean he doesn't have autism. I mean, you're the audience. Does Sam have autism? Maybe.
You realize that we can answer in the audience.
He might be too charming. It's a tough.
I could be 8 of the 9 people there. You never know.
He's just a gentleman. But is his autism what causes him to be like an old school gentleman, though? Huh?
No,
because that's a thing that can happen.
You might be on something,
but you're not like mall ninja fedora kind, so you pass. Maybe, I don't know. We're just talking to the internet.
That phrase has lost all of its original meaning, and it's really sad. You pass.
Yeah. Well, you there you go. You pass, Sam. We've decided Sam passes. Maybe the audience can vote on that. Does Sam pass?
What's funny though is I actually did wear a fedora before
a fedora or a trilby?
No, an actual like fedora.
Yeah. Sam's more of like a noir kind of nerd.
Yeah, and then the edgy atheist community ruined it.
Yeah, they confused hat styles and it stuck. Think of how that kind of shit affects me, a person who actually does enjoy a good samurai sword.
I do too. I used to have, but mine I got like, at the very least, I got it from my sensei, right?
Right. Yeah, I got a katana because I actually did karate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, neither of you also
and it's completely ceremonial, but that's not the point. It's not a mall ninja sword, like it's presented to you. Yeah.
Well, neither of you
also pay
also
for it, but that's besides the point.
Right, that's the other thing. You're an American doing karate. You're basically just paying for a black belt at that point.
Yeah, well, that's why after, because I did karate from when I was a little kid, right? So after a while, I just became the assistant instructor to pay for hanging out in the gym, basically, so that I could train for like boxing and kickboxing and stuff.
Well, neither of you ran around shirtless with an eye patch, claiming to be a samurai either.
Correct.
That's true. There was that guy, huh?
And threatening to kamikaze me.
What a strange place the internet is, Sam.
And also,
you gotta play me.
Mr. Drachenlord.
First, because Dave is gonna play us out until the audience even can't handle it. How about that? And then you play the outro. So, Craig, besides you shilled, what was it? How do you get in the Twitter group? First of all, you got to be vetted through an extreme process.
Yes, the extreme process of using the search function or clicking a link.
Yeah, that's what I did. I clicked the link that you put up, and it took. I don't even think it took any time, and I was just looking at posts people were making, and some of them were very interesting. But I've been smoking weed, so I don't remember exactly what was the discussion of the day.
Well, look, we've got one rule, and
Oh, I saw the rule, and I laughed. I laughed at your rule out loud.
Complete transparency. I also own the website that hosts that rule, and I made it specifically for that. It's the simplest code of conduct that you will find on the internet.
Chat, he's already gone grifter on us.
Yes. All you have to do to subscribe to it is repeat it.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the rule, I was like, it was you. Also,
they have like this layout of example rules. Like, fuck all this shit. Delete.
Famous Twitter user I Am Batman has been having a lot of fun. I've noticed as well.
Yes. It's always fun when the lulz are this prevalent.
Yeah. I've been enjoying the show. Because I get the gist enough of it to know I shouldn't like Sweet Baby. And the more I dig into it, the worse that gets. So I don't really spend a lot of time on it,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad you would come on and explain it, because I think a lot of our audience is like that. They know about it because most of them play games.
Yeah.
It's confusing and it's dramatic and it's messy and it's stupid, just like Gamer. In that way, it is Gamergate-ish.
Yeah.
But
we covered this a couple times.
It.
We covered this a couple times on Fake Untitled Podcast already, but like just the short connection to get everybody to like why it's relevant from Gamergate 1, besides the whole theme of it, is that literally Zoe Quinn's PR person, who laughed with Zoe Quinn about both the two of them DDoSing the Fine Young Capitalists, a game jam thing for young to get women into coding. Like the whole fucking point of the SJW nonsense was supposed to be to get women involved, and they're sitting there DDoSing the thing doing it. But Maya Felix Kramer was one of the two people from SBI that was mogging on Kavrutis on Twitter, and that wanted to get him reported and report brigaded and then banned off of Steam, his personal account, to delete his whole library. I mean, fuck these people. It's the same fucking people from Gamergate 1 that are involved. And again, like I said, to expect them to go away is kind of delusional. We should just expect to be able to recognize them when they show up again, and to call them idiots, and to hound them out of the industry again. They'll come back, and then we can kick them out again. All we have to do is expose them for who they are, and that way the investments, which is the important part, will stop being made in the projects they get influence on. And then we'll get better games.
So, and this is kind of what I was getting at here.
We had that moment for a while, and then they came back.
For the guy that doesn't know much, for the guy like me that's not going to follow a lot of the news here and there,
sure,
he's busy. What is the best thing to do to avoid these fucking people? Because we know it's the same people that you don't like, and maybe a lot of Gamergaters are fucking getting to middle age now. It's a little different life situation.
Well, so we run Steam curators. So I actually whatever fucked up reason I was left in charge. I was left in charge of Kotaku and Action Steam group for some fucked up reason. I don't know how the hell that happened, but I got promoted to the officer, and the guy who owned it left. So I'm an admin. So I cleaned it up today. Just archived all the old forum posts into their own subforum, and then locked them. And I don't know how the fuck to hide an announcement, but there's 2 old ones on there. I'm not going to delete them because I want to leave it as is. But I went ahead and I made it into a Steam curator, and I went through and I got all the SweetBabyInc shit on there as well. So basically, redundancy is key with this stuff. Be everywhere that you can and do things redundantly. They can't hammer a singular focal point if you don't give them one.
It's more than just a Sweet Baby, but it does make sense to kind of laser focus on them like this to expose. Well,
they can be they can be the flagship of the fuck up crew. I mean, there's other people that have already collated lists of companies that are involved in this shit. And some of them are in, like, one of them's in like the Gilded and the X community. Somewhere, I don't remember which one it is, but they're somewhere in there. But I posted a picture of a list of other companies, and that the person chimed in and said, "Hey, I made that list. There's more." So actually, there are people out there who are digging into this stuff, and they're looking at these companies, and this kind of stuff that we can do things like base curator lists off of, and that basic consumer advocacy, that kind of grassroots level consumer advocacy, is what you need to rely on, instead of some game journo who hates you and then tells you to buy insert AAA vomit fest that you'll have microtransactions and whatever other bullshit. Like, you don't need to have them, whatever Metacritic score isn't going to help you necessarily pick a game. And part of realizing that they are a problem, not the solution, is getting onto a platform like Steam. Steam just accidentally had this arise out of the background that you can do basic consumer advocacy at the consumer level.
To be fair, like in a less maybe politically charged context, curator lists have been used like this since they made them, because if Total Biscuit famously had the 30 FPS cop watch, which still exists and I'm still a follower of, which basically for maybe non-gamers out there, it pointed out games that were limited to 30 frames per second on PC, which they shouldn't be. It's expected that you would have 60 frames per second on PC, even if you have to rest in peace settings. Yeah, may he rest in peace. Like, that's when you were talking about that, it made me think of Total Biscuit. Whatever people want to say about him and things he said towards the end of his life.
Oh, he was
the one
British.
that made me think about outside the, like, I'd only ever read PC Gamer and then read their website and a couple other things. And he was talking about games in a way that was kind of more appealing to me at the time. I found a lot of games through him. There's another one that is like my underground guy who's been doing it forever. And if chat knows that I find some pretty esoteric games that I talk about, and some people will say that they love them after they hear about it and go grab it. Splattercat on YouTube does these amazing indie games, like way before anybody. Vampire Survivors was one. That's why I had the first actual review of Vampire Survivors on YouTube. It didn't catch any traction.
That's a fun game. I played it. I think I played it out last year, but I still go back to it every so often.
Yeah, I have all the DLC. I just had my wife play it,
Yeah.
and she was like getting addicted to it too. It's
I just
Splattercat.
massively overpowered myself.
I see a game on Splattercat. Usually these indie games are so fucking cheap, they're worth trying out. Especially, I've been playing another indie game lately. I definitely saw on his channel when it was like in early access, but it got it in the Humble Bundle. It's called Hero. Is it Hero something? Hero's Hour?
Yeah, something people should do if you're like bored and you like have a little bit of idle time, you want to just do something entertaining. Hit up the the under 5 section on Steam and just look for some platformers or some arcade games. There's a fuck ton of them out there, and they range from like free through $5, and you can we can lower it down to less than $1, and there's tons of them.
I have like 800 Steam games, and the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
Another if you like Vampire Survivors, right, and you like old Diablo 2, try Halls of Torment, because that's exactly what that game is.
I got 618 games, and I bet you that like a solid half of them or a third of them are going to be these kind of one-off games that are to play.
That are
it's the thing that people have been missing.
Experimental and fun.
Is that it's fun.
And they remind me of gaming when I was younger. Actually, a lot of the doomers in gaming, I just keep saying, and I beat it to death, and they don't listen, that it's just the AAA space that's lame and unoriginal. I have the most original fucking games just installed onto my Steam, let alone boomer shooters and fucking, you know what I mean? Even AA games, I was playing the Destroy All Humans 2 remaster, because that game's awesome. And you know what? They left in all the sexism and racism and all the jokes. And at the beginning, they were like, yeah, this is how the game was. Fuck you.
Oh, God. Could you imagine Duke Nukem today?
Based THQ Nordic for that is all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think personally why I like all of the SweetBabyInc stuff and quote-unquote Gamergate 2 is because in my perspective, at least from my perspective, this woke bullshit started in gaming in Gamergate 1, went through the mainstream, and then came right back to us.
I'm not gonna call it Gamergate 2 from now on. You know what I'm gonna call it? The Games Journal Aaron Burnell.
Based.
Since it was pointed out to me that people forgot about what that guy died for. He died for Gamergate 2, bro. He died for Sweet Baby.
People remembered who he was for 4 days.
Yeah, he died for Sweet Baby, right?
And the thing is, the other way that Gamergate was described is as a particular event. The Gamers Are Dead articles, and then everything after that was not Gamergate. And I think that this is a reasonable way to put his death. That it was this particular event, and then 4 days later, it was no longer the event.
It was the thing entirely. And how many dicks did he suck? Do we know? Can we get a video about that?
And then also recall that International Women's Day is no longer recognized because of a particular event that happened on International Women's Day, even though nobody remembers what it was 4 days later. Unless that was the wrong event, which case it's entirely funny.
You're talking about an event. First things first. Women had a day.
International,
allowed this?
I think.
Hold on. It must have been
a European thing. Must have been a European thing. They must have had a couple of those gorillas come in with their armpits unshaved.
They got a day. It's called
the ones with the blue hair and the green back hair.
My wife's gonna kill me.
So there's another day. There's another day besides Mother's Day.
Well, I'll be okay. Yeah, no, Mother's Day. That's Women's Day, right?
Oh, the women that matter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, hold on. All right, so just to make all of the apparent instantaneous feminists in the room happier, guess what day International Men's Day falls on?
Wait, men have a day? Fucking suck it up, pussy.
Toilet Day.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. If you're not sucking it up, you gotta be shitting it out.
That's where all the men spend their time when they're dealing with an argument.
Yeah, that's true.
In the shitter? Yeah, I get you. I don't know what that's like. I'm
What's
never in
that?
the
Bring the
doghouse.
groceries in. All right, I'll be back in 10.
I'll have you know I'm the greatest husband ever, and she has no complaints. And despite what you may have heard, she
I
doesn't
like
have
the
a
fact that
temper
it
at
looks like you're
my
actually
bad
reading it
joke.
off a script.
The one thing that the one thing that might upset her can't possibly be bad jokes, you know.
I can appreciate being angry at bad jokes.
Yeah. Well, it seems like I don't know. My wife has become like a popular supporting character because she hits me occasionally, and chat kind of seems to think I deserve it. It doesn't really hurt, so I guess that's okay.
This is
It proves the point, I
spousal
suppose.
abuse.
And for the
I have learned the lesson that bad jokes cause this, right? But I haven't learned the lesson of stop telling them.
You know what the lesson you should learn though is which jokes are the bad jokes, because that seems like a landmine.
Usually puns. Especially dirty puns,
in and of itself
which is amazing because guys, we're gonna have Val Venus on the show, the master of the fuck. Yeah.
And for the audience that is listening to this later on, podcast, she's standing kind of in frame, but not
She's
really.
been creeping ever closer as I make more bad jokes. I
can see the rolling pin.
I might be uncomfortable, but no, like honestly, we've discussed this and she can't hurt me, and that makes her angry and want to hurt me. But it's kind of one of those things that I'm a literal giant and she's not very big, you know? And then she tries, but then she feels bad and she still doesn't even hurt me.
I bet her hand looks big when it's up close.
And then she gets mad that I say it doesn't hurt me, you know?
Why do you
squeezing ever tighter on my shoulder because she loves me so much.
Well, you know that the weak points are the joints, right?
That's true. Hey, I am getting old. I'll have a weakness eventually, I'm sure.
Oh, look, I got somehow Chinese and Japanese spam in the same thing.
Why am I the one looking uncomfortable here? She's not even.
Oh no, you're fine. She likes you, Sam. She thinks you're great.
No,
she's mixed. We've known him a long time, but she thinks he's a good kid overall. She doesn't approve of all of his life choices quite vocally, but she loves him like an adopted little internet guy, you know?
Oh yeah. My God.
I added him to my Steam family. You guys, there's some gaming news that I actually cared about. They fixed Steam family sharing, so I can play with my wife on my Steam Deck with less complication.
That's cool.
Yeah. You just share it. That's awesome.
Now if only Steam will help me reset my password.
Well, I have one more spot in the fam, Sam. I was thinking about that, but I don't know what games you can play or not. But you'd be able to play any ones that are available on Mac from being in my family.
I have a few Steam games, but I
have almost 800, and I'm saying you could play any of them as long as we don't play the same game. That's how it works now. And they even said they know people who aren't actually like blood family are going to use and abuse it, and that's why they didn't do it to begin with, but it's what people want, and it's Valve, and they're kind of cool like that.
Well, that's
that from fucking any of the big console companies.
Well, that's what people do with Netflix and Amazon, so why not Steam?
Yeah. I don't know, everything about the Steam Deck's awesome too. I can just drop emulators on it. I can play other non-Steam platforms.
That's true.
Actually, Community noted an article that said you can't do that. They said you could only play on Steam, and I was like, that's not true at all. It's a little more difficult to play games from like Battle.net. I've played, but I have done it. Played games from Battle.net. I've even played the Epic Games Launcher just to see if I could. I did GOG, which of course is the easiest and the most convenient. You have to install them in desktop mode, and then you add a shortcut into Steam, and then you can just play it like any other fucking game. And it works wonderfully. right? For the most part, if the game runs, you know, so you have to deal with there's essentially an emulator called Proton that mimics Windows within the Steam OS, which is Linux based, right? Not every game's Proton works, right? Sometimes they're not playable, but sometimes Steam tells you it's unplayable and they're wrong. In the case of, I actually have set up WWE 2K23. I know the new one came out, but I just got last year's, and I thought it would be fun because it said you couldn't play it, and it plays fine on the Steam Deck at 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I'm still playing 22, so you know.
I like 23, and the reason I put it on the Steam Deck is because it actually has a mode, right, where the career mode for women, and my wife always likes to design characters and play fucking through a story for her own character, right?
Cool.
Yeah. So that's a big win, you know?
They used to allow that with EA Fight Night back when that game was still a thing.
Yeah. And it's so the male and the female have each a different story too. I didn't realize that. I picked The Lock, right? And that's the male one. And it's you come in either from another sport or like you're just a hot prospect and you're whatever. That's your backstory. And the other one's The Legacy, and that's the chick. And it's that your aunt is a super famous wrestler who wasn't real, but she's fictionalized for the game. And she's a massive bitch. And I'm pretty sure it leads up to you kicking her ass. And then being the champion or whatever. But it's cool. They added a chick story.
So it's soap opera, basically.
What is wrestling if not that, right? But at least the wrestling is real because you fight the fights, right? I don't know. It's entertaining. I'm not picky. But if Sweet Baby's involved, I'm gonna have to give up on the series. I don't know. They in the list. I only saw like 8 games on the actual list, right?
So if you can go and look on Wikipedia, there is a page for Sweet Baby Inc. and it does have a list of games on it.
Yeah, I think that's what I get.
Or you can look at the Kotaku and Action Curator list, or the one for Sweet Baby Inc. Detected. Either of these are also perfectly acceptable.
That's what I'm saying. And you got anything else you want to chill, sir, before we forget the opportunity? Of course, the fake Untitled podcast, correct?
Absolutely. Please come listen to
us. I was going to have to shill it for you otherwise.
Do you guys live stream that, by the way, or is it just
like we do.
Recorded?
We live stream it on Odyssey. Cross streaming to streaming to other places is maybe, but
Odyssey's chat, you can pretty much just say what you want and it's fun.
Yes.
That I'm Batman famous Twitter poster. I'm Batman was there almost all the time.
Bats is routinely there. On occasion, Max will show up when we manage to fit.
I listen recorded a lot of the time because I'm not, you know.
Yeah, we go we go a bit late. Which, you know, and with Steve and I, it depends on our schedule as to how late we can stay. Usually I end up I try to tap out at 11:30 because I got stuff to do.
But if you want to hear a couple of this is my review, right? A couple of hardcore smart nerds nerd out, and also Evan be fucking like a awesome old school radio host and badass as a motherfucker. That's the Fake Untitled podcast. It's basically 2 nerds arguing 90% of the time, and I'm gonna say that this nerd usually gets the better of it.
So, while the thing that we try hardest to do on there, and we occasionally have to go ahead and repeat ourselves to make sure people realize we're not just like screaming at each other for no reason, if you have to agree on a common set of facts. And those facts have to be like concretely there. They are the facts.
Immutable. Yeah.
Like everyone can observe these are the facts, and then after that you can have your opinions. And what we violently end up disagreeing on oftentimes is some minutia in our opinions.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. And you know, at the end, we're not like we don't hate each other or anything. We're genuinely friends, and I love that he comes in with the same kind of passion I do on dumb shit.
And that's what I got into like talking to people on the internet for, is that kind of just discussion. And I'm not like a big
Yeah.
follow all the news guy, which is maybe makes me the worst co-host of the Whitfield Report. But I don't know, we do okay. I come at it from that normal guy point of view. That's why I ask, like, what do we do? Because it's so tough. There's way more that I was pointing out. There's way more than just Sweet Baby. I am turning my nose up at so many AAA games because you can smell that shit. We didn't have a face until Sweet Baby just made a good face for a thing people have known have been swimming in that sewer for a while, and let them be the face of it. But there's way more. It's a swamp, so to speak.
Well, what's funny is I got so burned out on like politics, after 2020 that like
Max. You can hear them argue about for the calculations for pussy smoke too, because
yes,
because it's
that's hilarious.
The most serious thing in the world, and I think that's what we all need. That's what we've been aiming for, and it seems to work for us. I think it's the time for people having honest conversations and not treating everybody like you're an idiot and not being like a complete grifter.
I just saw someone pop in. So I remember I mentioned there was someone who thought it was some dronoid spy. I just saw someone pop in from GT1 because I've known Greg for 10 years, seen him around forever, and he ain't no secret journalist spy. Y'all are fucking stupid.
Yeah, is this besides your own podcast? Is this like the first one you've done on it, or have you done any others?
For GD2,
Sweet Baby related shit. Like now
we've just done a couple.
Now that you're the generalissimo of Gamergate 2,
I just did we just covered a couple weeks on the Fake Untitled podcasts.
So this is like
I'm not like going out there looking for podcasts.
You're the first independent, ladies and gentlemen. The Whitfield Report are the first independent journalists to interview the generalissimo of Gamergate 2, Mr. Craig Bob 99.
Yeah, I'm putting that shit on the resume.
Well, Craig,
just so are aware, I dropped the Wikipedia list of Sweet Baby games in the DMs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Craig, just to let you know, I do have you listed as the official science consultant on the Whitfield Report. So,
well, I am also happily prorating my normal rate for you, whereas for other assholes who have come at me on Twitter, I don't know if Max has seen before where someone decided they were in charge of my schedule, and I told them my hourly for them.
I'll
drop that down to $0, especially for you.
I love because they still try and go for like the you're an anonymous internet troll thing every fucking time.
Yeah, I'm so anonymous.
You're like the least anonymous guy in the world, but I guess it must be Craig Mansfield is the super secret.
I mean, you guys don't see the shit I do.
I was gonna say like CIA, but it's like they would say Mossad, right?
I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was paid that well, but
Hey, yeah.
I have gold.
If they got some money to throw around, I mean, I wouldn't.
What's that? It's not going to land in my salary, but I can spend it on whatever the fuck I want. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me be an agent. I'll just go ahead and make dumb shit all day.
Imagine if that were like a real thing. Yeah, that'd be great. At least the way. So, like, if you actually like lived in the world the anti-Semites say there is sometimes, it would be really cool to be a Jew in that world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would. I mean, this is why I made the joke that I've just got back from the weekly Zog meeting. We're discussing the plans for your life in particular.
Well, Morthis and I took over the crippled Illuminati since what's his face? Oh, Stephen Hawking, Pat.
And then like
away.
It's kind of like the crippled stereotypes. Then what does it really mean to be a Jew? Is that somebody's an asshole to you once in a while for no reason, and your family might be a little more annoying than usual. You know that
you're certainly going to have opinions about whoever you marry.
Oh,
make sure that you don't make sure you don't touch anything in the house because it's all for the guests. And if you haven't seen that Jackie Mason bit, you should.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny part.
It's for the guests.
In the time that me and Shmuel used to argue with anti-Semites all the time back in the alt-right days because they're dumb, you know, and also hear them out. That there's some stuff.
Oh, the arguments are fascinating.
Yeah, it's hard not to at least engage with them. But like at the end of the day, if the world they lived in existed, it would be very cool sci-fi novel or something. If you were a Jew who ran the world,
I mean,
because you're a Jew,
we might have even seen like that. There's a weird crossover here. The magical black people movie that came out and got $1 million gross over the whole fucking country in one for their opening weekend.
Yeah, and no matter what, you can pull out that like Jew gold that you got around your neck.
Yeah, but not the fake bag.
It would be great. And then like you get pulled over, after running over 3 minority children, and they'd be like, oh, whoa, you're Jewish. Hold on, never mind. That's what they seem to think, right? It would be
just own the police, so they never pull you over.
It'd be a hardcore level of privilege, but if you're the recipient of that privilege, wow, right?
Yeah.
They get the secret signal from the little beeper in my car. Oh, it's a Jew. Let's not pull them over unless they're speeding.
Meanwhile,
well, you ran over the kids, but you did it at the speed limit. I think he's okay.
Meanwhile, none of these stupid motherfuckers realize that the Irish took control a long time ago.
No, that's a problem. My dad's.
Look at the president.
Holy fuck, dude! Seriously. You'd have to have some sort of killer strings in the background you could pull to get into that seat with that brain.
That's right. These Anglos, they tried to take our land, so we took over the new world.
Max,
the new world order.
Max, as a half Irish dude, I have to say that's insulting. Joe Biden.
I opened up the Whitfield report the other day by singing in Gaelic, didn't I?
But come on. To quote,
gotta be a secret code
to quote Joe Biden. Come on, man. Why you got to compare the Irish to Joe Biden?
You're misquoting him. That's when he talks about his leg hair.
I'm just saying, Joe Biden, JFK. What's the connection? Irish, right?
Well, also Democrats.
Yog is real. We do control. Look at you get the funny part is you can use the Irish argument against the anti-Semites because of this. If you look into all the big media companies, there's way more Irish people than there are Jews. All of them. See, the thing is that gets the anti-Semites, I think, about the Jews is there's a lot more articles that like are incensing writ by Jews. Whereas Irish people kind of just do corrupt shit in kind of gangster style wherever occupation they're in, and just all on the quiet and as legally as possible hand each other money back and forth. And yes, really, that's how Massachusetts runs, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I think what we need to do to wrap things up so we can watch your buddy and his descent into madness over the next 45 minutes. Is to remember that RICO is not a crime.
I think we could start with the 5-minute one.
It's a type of crime.
Dave,
what's this thing in my sink? It's making a lot of noise.
Man, that's amazing. Watching it all boil over, though. I can't lie.
I could imagine her doing the same thing that he did about the electrical sockets.
Yeah. So, to finish up Dave's story, he's been having a bad time very recently because he's not in New York. That you have to remember that first and foremost, above everything. Dave in New York is in Della fucking where? That's a quote in Suck Ass County, which I believe is pronounced Sussex County. But he does videos about the counties because the other one is Superman County because Clark Kent, but he never says Kent. Like he's that one was he went over maps like history teacher Dave, but then in the middle of it he would break down, start screaming about New York. He is a 50-something-year-old man that's like kind of out of his mind and doesn't take care of himself, but he's not really harmful. And right now he was in the best situation of his life. He just hates it. because New York has hills. He likes to ride his bike in the hills, and he likes to ride over bridges, and he takes videos of them because he has like autism as well as schizophrenia, in my opinion. But he records it diligently for the internet, and if you comment, he's never been nice to a soul, as far as I can tell, in the whole world, including his own mother. Like, he has no other mode but to just be Dave, which is an asshole. And anyway, his car broke down. He's called homeless shelters trying to get them to beg him to move to New York so he can live under a bridge just to be in New York. He's that desperate. And but it's the best situation he's ever been in terms of a living space. And all he does is bitch about little tiny details. And I don't know what Dave's about to say in any of the video you're about to play, Sam, but I know that context will make whatever it is funnier. So let's fucking go. Pick a Dave video. You had the link, right? You need it?
I've got it.
It's right there. He just has to move the screen back in the front.
Dave is that good old fashioned kind of internet lolcow that like really only makes trouble for himself, you know? And it's not the worst trouble, so it's like Johnny Fox veered off into creepy shit, man. Did you expect that?
Dude.
No.
Probably. I'm Craig.
Right.
Craig knew him a long time. I know. I'm never gonna play it again. But it was in the Kiwi Farms thread, so we all had to suffer through his little "you're the most beautiful girl in the Discord" shit. But I don't like covering that kind of shit. You know, I liked when he was just a bumbling idiot.
So off topic, Feminazi the Triggering, the game, somehow has 70 achievements, and I never noticed this before.
Amazing. There's a Rittenhouse one, right?
Everything must have an achievement.
Acquitted is the Rittenhouse game. That shit's actually pretty fun. Yeah. I like that shit. That's my thing though, is I really enjoy a lot of like edgy games, I guess.
Oh my god, there's a fucking Rittenhouse game. Oh, it's on my wish list. Okay.
Have you ever played Hatred with the 1.666 mod? It makes it like it starts out with the intro where he's actually like a 4chan guy and he streams killing some bitch. It's wild. Absolutely like disgusting, but also I don't know. I can appreciate an edgy thing being edgy.
Acquitted is on sale with minus 50%. Offer ends in 13 hours.
Yeah, Acquitted
$4.
is. I'm not going to say you spend 100 hours with this game, but it's such a quick little action fix, especially the enemies will make you laugh.
I already see them.
Big, fat fucking feminists and shit. It's great.
Yep, I see that.
Yeah, it's not the best fucking shooter ever made, but it's worth it.
All the fucking hammer and sickle flags and Antifa flags.
All right there, Sam. Right there. That 40+ minutes of me contains strong language. That means he's going to scream. We're going to hear about how he misses New York. I promise.
Alrighty.
And maybe how in New York, he used to be able to just pump his gas and then pay. And their outlets were right side up, unlike fucking Della fucking where. Let's go, Sam. I'm just buying time.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, wait, let's read it. I don't give a fuck who sees this. My life got ruined ever since I came down here to Della fucking where. So you're just going to have to put up with me being miserable and unhappy until I get back to the Hudson Valley, which is in New York. You say no one likes a complainer? Yeah, fuck you. I hate it here. So deal with me being fucking, and I can't see because Sam's head's blocking it, but you get the point, right?
I hate it here, so deal with me being fucking miserable and suffering with 4 exclamation marks.
Okay, there you go. Press play, and we'll enjoy his suffering. He's gonna have copywritten music that'll sound all shredded, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Because Dave's dramatic, you gotta understand. Since he's just gonna play music for a minute. He likes wrestling and he sees himself as like an internet YouTube wrestler, and he's also the baby face. but he's incapable.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this or
here you
not,
go.
but I fucking hate it here. I absolutely fucking hate it here.
I had not noticed, Dave.
I wish I was back in motherfucking Dutchess County right now.
No.
The county's
No
too
headphones.
Oh,
small.
You gotta listen to
I
Dave.
fucking hate it here. I am
It's cringe
absolutely
until you quit with
miserable
Dave.
here. There's nothing to fucking do here. Absolutely
it's
nothing
just shy of
fucking
midnight, so I will
do
bow out.
in Suck
Oh, well,
ass
it's a pleasure, sir.
County.
Yep. Thanks for having me on,
Suck
guys.
Yep,
Ah,
thanks for coming.
ass
All right.
I
County.
Thanks for
enjoyed.
coming on.
Yes.
Did oh, so Greg did leave. Check out the Fake Untitled podcast, folks.
Yeah, seriously,
So,
it's good shit.
and also, side note here, I'm glad that we finally figured out how to get 2 cameras on the screen showing thing.
Crazy. So we're reacting to Dave, Sam. How long you think you'll be before you've had enough, Dave? Huh? Well, we should do pool.
I'd say about like 15 minutes.
Wow, Sam's a trooper. 15 minutes of Dave. Let's see.
And
He's
also,
gonna yell. He's gonna tantrum. It's gonna be fun. Let's all go on a Dave ride to close out the night and then call it quits. And we'll be back at it pretty soon with some more shit, huh? And buy the book, Sam.
Yes, buy the Fourth Estate. So,
can you zoom in on that beautiful can of beans? There you go.
I can bring it closer.
No, there you go. All right.
So
that's great. The goodness within.
And
also,
please,
and if you can say, hey, is it a sequel? And Sam says, yeah. You can also pick up Shadows.
You can also pick up Shadows of Deception.
Yeah.
Also on sale. And please leave a review.
Yeah.
As well.
And be honest. We appreciate everybody who buys and reads the book.
Be honest.
That's legitimate.
Be honest.
Even if you hate it.
But please also buy the book.
Yeah, actually read the book. Well, even if you get it on the unlimited, right? That's fine. If you read the book, leave a review. Because you can get it on the Kindle Unlimited, right?
Yeah, just and with the Kindle Unlimited thing, there is a badge that says it's
right.
Yeah.
So anybody could, if you actually read it and take the time, or when it comes out an audiobook, I think some people might even wait for that, because some people prefer an audiobook.
Oh, it's already out on Audible.
Oh, there you go. Audible. So
narrated by
a lot of ways to get it.
And
if you have a subscription, you might be able to do it for free right now. So might as well point that out, right?
Yeah. Basically, just so long as I can see that, people are actually buying, and I have my way of checking, of actually, reading.
You could always do what Johnny Fox used to do, right? I heard this trick about being an author. It's real neat, where you just tell a website and it gives you good reviews that say nothing about your book, and then you give good reviews back to them. It's basically a review swapping shit, and it's completely kind of loser tier, and that's what Johnny Fox used to do. So that's all. You can tell they hadn't read his books by the reviews they gave, because they can't name characters or situations or anything that happened in the book, which is exactly, by the way, the review of yours. It doesn't mention any characters or situations or anything in the book.
Yeah.
It's a criticism of you as a writer just to be an asshole, which sounds an awful lot like somebody with a grudge to bear, who, by the way, didn't buy the book. We have verification of this. So,
and who also hasn't reviewed any other books, strangely enough, but who has reviewed Bark Lounger stuff, gaming controllers.
I didn't even look that deep into it. Yeah, And also happens to coincidentally have the name of a character from a Johnny Fox novel. What are the odds? Somebody's trying to frame Johnny Fox, guys.
Oh no.
I mean, that's how he'll spin it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck him anyway.
This county sucks
Yeah, Dave's way better.
ass.
Before you hit play this, Sam,
Oh,
I'm also
Morty's-
going to bow out. I got to take care of something. So
All
I'll
right.
talk to you gentlemen later.
Thanks for
Man.
coming on, Mort.
Dave knocked 2 out in less than a minute. Take it easy, Mort. Catch you later, man.
Yeah.
My wife and
There's no
Sam and I are
malls here
still
like the
on there.
Poughkeepsie Galleria Mall. The Danbury Fair Mall out in Connecticut.
Yeah.
White Plains Mall.
My wife's already shaking
There's
her
no
head because she
fucking
knows what
malls
he's
here
going
to go
to say.
to. And you got the outlet, yeah. I don't like outlets. I want to go to a goddamn mall that has a second story and
mall.
possibly a third floor. Danbury Fair Mall is a big, huge mall. Not a one-level mall, but a very big, huge mall. White Plains Mall. I fucking hate it here.
He hates it there, Sam. Have you got that yet?
There's no credit unions here where I can go out and get a goddamn free fucking money order
Free
if I'm a
fucking money
member.
order, Sam.
I have been paying
you
my
expect
bills
him to
with
get
money
an account?
orders ever since the dawn of time.
And use checks?
I don't pay bills online like
No,
some of
he's
you fucking crack
old
addicts do.
school. You crack addicts.
I don't pay my bills with a debit card like some of you crack addicts do.
If you pay bills with a
I am
credit
from
card,
the
you're a crack addict.
1970s where the internet was not born yet.
The 1970s. He's old school, don't you know, Sam? He pays his bills in cash, in
I've been
person.
paying my bills with goddamn money orders.
Now it's money orders because he can't do cash at a lot of places
I
anymore.
don't buy food online. I need to go grocery shopping.
Yeah,
I don't buy food online. What if there's something on the shelf that I don't buy food online? I don't do Uber Eats or do the Instafart thing. I don't do that shit.
Instafart. Damn, he said Instafart.
I'd see
I was
that.
supposed to hang out with a guy yesterday. His name's Mike, but he tore out his back.
Oh no.
I got a fucking
Wait, I've heard of people throwing out their back, but I've never heard of someone like
Tearing it out.
tearing.
He's like, I gotta hang out with this guy I met. Oh my god. Yes, he's playing Mortal Kombat, and the fatality is Scorpion pulls the guy's back out. He's like, yeah, I pulled my back out. Yeah, I'm gonna be down for a while, Dave. We'll have to make plans later. Yeah, I'm right now on fire. Yeah, that guy has a skull head.
I would too.
do.
Dramatic pause for Dave. He's a big dramatic pauser, Sam.
My car is out in the middle of bumfuck Egypt. Like I don't know where it's at right now.
Bumfuck
I asked this
Egypt,
guy
ladies and
Jared
gentlemen.
if he could send me the money so that I could give it to my mom and she would pay the guy. Jared's all like, "Oh, does he take? Who do I pay? Who do I pay?" He's asking me all these stupid, goddamn, fucking retarded questions. Just send me the goddamn fucking cash, $240 some odd dollars, so I can give it to my fucking mom and she can pay the guy. The guy doesn't use credit card or debit card, whatever. He takes cash.
In
Stupid
person.
motherfucker Jared out in fucking San Diego or wherever the fuck he's at. Just mail me the fucking money, you fucking overgrown Santa Claus, fucking long-bearded freak. Send me the money in cash. I'll give it to my fucking mom, and then she will go and take care of it. That's what I've been trying to get you to do, you fucking overgrown Santa Claus, long-bearded freak. Get that beard off your fucking face. You look like a fucking old man.
This, Sam, is like
I don't know when my car's
Dave
getting
yelling
back.
at the universe,
Or
right?
when I'll see it again, or if I'll ever see it again.
This is also the problem with charity. Somebody's offering to help Dave pay, and that's how he reacts. You know, I'll just let it play. I can talk over Dave, and you won't miss anything because he'll say it again. That's the trick.
You know what's killing me is all the pauses here.
I need my car back so that I can go out and do
just
stuff.
let it go. We'll fill air if we have to.
But Dave,
I hate being without my goddamn fucking car.
That's what cringe or quit is like. You know, that's like
It needs a timing belt and a fucking pulley
See who
and
taps
whatever
out.
else it might fucking need. $200 plus
Down to the final
dollars.
three,
No,
Sam.
it's not 200. Gator's like, oh, how about I give you 100? No, you motherfucker! $250 fucking dollars will cover it. You fucking piece of shit.
Charity, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got
I
it.
fucking hate it here. Somebody should have fucking pre-warned me. There's no credit unions here where I can get goddamn fucking
somebody
free
should have
money
told them about the free money
to
orders.
pay my
Sam.
bills.
Who would have done that? You know, those bastards.
I don't
they
like the
love
gas
Dave.
stations here where you can fucking pump your gas first and then go inside and fucking pay. I've been doing that up in Dutchess County for 40 plus years.
40 plus years, Sam.
Is he only
Dave's
like
the man
gas
whose world
stations
is
up there
falling
called
apart, Sam.
Stewart's. They're all over the place. You pull up, you get out, you pump your gas, and then you fucking go inside and fucking pay.
Right?
I don't like this prepay shit.
Cash, Sam.
I don't like prepaying for gas.
He's old school.
I don't like prepaying for gas.
He doesn't
I
like
don't like
for gas.
prepaying for gas.
Do you
I don't have a
understand,
credit card. I don't have a debit card. Fuck you!
Do you understand now his pain? This man's torture? He is a man out of time, Sam.
I mean,
There's no credit unions here
There's
where
no
I can go
fucking
inside
credit
and get a
union.
goddamn free fucking money order to pay my fucking bills.
I mean, I'm feeling bad for the audience.
When I was in Dutchess County, I always paid my bills with money orders.
I think we had peaked out the audience anyway, so the few that are left are.
I had Central Hudson up there, right? There are smokes for less up there.
No disrespect to
My
all
bank
the other
was
chat
right
we
next
love
door
you.
to a smokes for less. I got the money out to
If
pay my
you're
electric
still in
bill.
the
I
chat,
walked
you're the
across the
fun
street.
people.
I was like, here, this is what I owe for Central Hudson. And the rest, let's see, I had, State Farm. I knew where State Farm was, so I drove over to State Farm, and I paid my, I was like, oh, I owe this
Pay his
much.
insurance in cash.
What did I have for internet up there? I had I
And
had
his internet.
Spectrum.
He's
I walked in
Spectrum.
the Spectrum. I'm like, here, this is how much I owe.
There's the cash.
My
Don't you
rent,
understand?
I mailed out. Because the guy lived all the way out in the fucking, I don't know where he fucking was.
Yeah, bumfuck, Egypt.
I mailed my rent out.
Mailed
But
it.
everything else,
Everything
I paid
else
in person.
in person.
My internet, I paid in person. My car insurance, I paid in person. My electric, I paid in person.
In person, Sam.
My rent, I mailed out.
Right,
My cell phone,
The cell phone.
I paid because I Boost. I paid that in person.
I paid that in person.
Everything, all my bills I paid in person because they were local, except for my rent. My rent I mailed out because the guy lived way too far away to drive.
It was way too far away. But he would have.
Down here, it's fucking different.
It's different. He's not in New York anymore, Sam.
Has anybody ever heard of the ACP program? That shit ends in fucking April. If you don't know what the ACP program is, well then Google it and then Google my fucking dick because I'm not gonna fucking tell you. Look up ACP program.
Google his fucking dick. Google Dave Grady's dick, ladies and gentlemen.
Which I'm pissed about. The government needs to fund more money to the ACP program.
Yeah, because it subsidizes Dave and it costs him less money. Don't you understand?
I fucking hate it here.
He hates it here.
I think we get the point, Dave.
No, no.
Are
you tapping out, Sam?
Yeah.
That's good. No, I think that was good. Everybody give a round of applause to Dave and his misery. And if you want more, go to his Gordon Liddy Presents channel. I think promoting Dave is worthwhile. When you feel bad about yourself, watch the rest of that video and laugh your ass off because he's only going to escalate, Sam, and he's going to repeat all the same things. That's why it's funny that you can tap out at any time with Dave, because he's gotten through all his major talking points. So then he'll rewind back to the beginning and do it all again 2 more times.
Yeah, and I kind of figured that. I laughed.
Which is why some people think Dave is a troll. I don't know what the fun people left in chat think, but that's a good taste of Dave and why I find him so goddamn fascinating, you know?
I generally laughed my ass off last night over the why are the lights upside down?
Upside down. He's screaming and this is why though, right? So here's your backstory on why he was so freaked out about outlets, because he's got nothing to do. But here's the thing, Sam. His house is nicer than his apartments ever were, because it's his own mobile home away from other people, right? And he can do whatever he wants and decorate it however he wants, as long as he takes care, keeps it clean, right? And it costs him less money, so he ends up with more money in his pocket to play around with. But it's Dave, right? And Dave is the most entitled welfare person on the internet in a lot of ways. So it's never enough because he has other things that he wants, right? And he doesn't understand that makes him look like a dickhead. And a lot of people actually have like legitimate hate for Dave. Some of his old school trolls, like they actually wish ill upon him for that reason. They call him a leech. But like I have empathy for Dave in a way because he can't help being himself. You can kind of tell from that, right? He's an asshole. Yeah, he's an asshole to literally everybody who interacts with him, including his mother, brother, and everybody else in his family. And they can't remember since he was a teenager him not being that kind of asshole all the time. It's not a character for Dave. He is a character is what it is. And I can't help but I try not to interact with him. I don't like to rile him up, you know? But it's so funny because he unravels like this and it makes him feel better. And you're questioning yourself like, who is he making this for? Think about that for a second, because only like 3 people watch the videos.
He has like 100 and like something subscribers though.
Yeah, because he's been making videos on YouTube and everybody knows. But the thing is we don't all watch all of his videos. It's a collective experience, Dave. Because he puts up so much stupid crap.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, we put up a lot of stupid crap ourselves, but I think tonight was a good show. Sam, what do you think? We're the last one standing.
I think so. I think so too. We had like 40 live listeners at one point. So thank you to all of you.
Super
big shout out to Dino Nuggy for becoming our first premium subscriber to the channel.
Sick. Just to shit on Shmuley, which makes it even more sick. And let's not forget Black Kitten Energy, baby. And that's what leads to pussy smoke, I think.
Black Kitten Energy.
It's the precursor to pussy smoke, right? It's Black Kitten Energy. I'm about to get hit with popcorn.
By God, Max.
She's eating popcorn, and I said that, Sam. I apologize.
By God, Max, we've
women everywhere, especially my wife, for the bad comedy. Ow.
Well,
that was like a kernel. Come on.
Well, after pussy smoke comes cat scratch fever.
True that.
So, alrighty, folks. You guys have a good weekend. I'm going to a jazz concert this weekend, so I'll see you on Monday. And so
fun,
in case
a jazz concert,
so
a gentleman, of course, goes to a jazz concert. You don't have to disclose, but is it somebody like you're excited to see?
Yeah, it's someone you might even know, Pat Metheny, who is a legendary jazz.
Yeah, of course.
20-time, I think he's won like close to like almost 30 Grammys over the years.
Yeah,
so
that's why. He's a kind of
I've seen
namesake in the industry for sure.
Yeah, I've seen him 3 times now. So
sick, yeah. You know what, Sam?
And,
I am planning to go to a concert if I can help it, right? It might not work out because Joe Biden's economy is a fucking bastard, but I'm trying to go on 420, and I'll announce it because, hey, if anybody listening wants to show up, like, I'm going to be there for sure. The Twisted is doing the 420 show with Gmo Ski and Anybody Killa. And if you ask me my list of, like, favoritist underground artists that I've seen a million times, 2 of those artists are on it, and the third one is Gmo Ski, who's, Sam, has been my like spirit animal the last couple of years. I recommend him to everybody because I love that little motherfucker, and I like to go see him live on 420 and get probably pretty stoned because it's in Boston and weed's very legal, so we'd all probably be. It's a 420 party with a concert.
Yeah. So anyway,
I can't turn that down if I can help it, right?
Hell no. So if the Spotify episodes don't show
Sam, you're going to a classy jazz concert with a world-renowned musician, and I'm going to see Gmo Ski rap about killing bitches and smoke weed.
What?
Hopefully with Twisted. Well, I told the story of the time I rode home, right, with Twisted and Anybody Killa. That same exact scenario could happen again because that's the lineup. It probably won't, though. I don't think I need a ride home from them. But like, I was like 23. That happened over 20 years ago, Sam, and I'm going to go see them on 420. That's why I'm excited. And you're going to see a jazz musician that you've seen, you said 3 times?
Yep.
Clearly that means you like him. I hope you have a grand old time, and we should sign off, sir.
Yep. Indeed. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Have a good night, and God, freedom, legacy in that order.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless. God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.